and welcome to Across the Omniverse, a podcast from Cinema Sangha. My name is Devin Fracci. I am one of the hosts of the program. Joining me, as he traditionally does...
My name is Derek Fracci, and second verse, same as the first, just a little bit louder and a little bit worse. How are you, Devin?
I'm okay. Life is challenging. Life remains challenging, my friend, here in the podcast
I heard it was
space.
a highway.
Is it? That too. It's a highway that's full of obstructions, as far as I can tell. Yeah. Anyway, how's life going over there?
It's going okay. How about you?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I can't complain too much. I can't complain too much. Yeah. Saw an amazing movie last week that nobody's ever going to be able to see.
What's that?
Film called Fuck Toys. Phenomenal movie. Like 100%. It's a debut feature from a real serious talent, like big time serious talent. Annapurna Sriram is the name of the director. It's an incredible movie. The way I've been describing it is, imagine if John Waters directed After Hours, and you might get like a sense of what's going on here. The thing is, the movie's not as filthy as the title Fuck Toys might lead one to believe, but Sriram is really dedicated to keeping the title. And so as a result, nobody's buying the picture.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but it's an amazing movie. It's so good. So, if you happen to be, she's been playing it in the festival circuit for most of the last year. If it ends up playing anywhere near you, I cannot recommend it enough. I'm hoping that she maybe like releases it herself on a Blu-ray or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just something that.
I mean, she could put it up on like Amazon and stuff, right?
No, with the title,
with that title, they won't.
Nope. And she won't put like the asterisk in it. Like she's got like integrity on the title. It's like, it's called this. This is what I'm releasing it as. So, good for her on that. But on the same time, it makes it really hard for anybody to ever see it. So that's sort of the situation. Great picture though. And she is a significant talent. So, but what are you going to do? I
don't know. Not be able to see it, I suppose.
You see any movies?
I recently watched, The Great Muppet Caper for the first time since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
You really getting those takes that are going to get you negative responses, my friend.
It starts off great. Once they get to London, it kind of starts falling apart. Yeah. There's still good bits, but it's just not. I think there's a reason why the Muppet movie and Muppets Take Manhattan have had more impact on pop culture than Great Muppet Caper.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of it is that the Great Muppet Caper, a lot of it is just very like dry and flat. And it just doesn't flow as well. And they do too many jokes about how they're making a movie.
Right.
They keep like pulling out of the movie. And most of those don't work. There is one really good one where Kermit and Miss Piggy are talking and they're arguing. And she like really goes big with a line. And he's like, do you want to do that again? Because that's way over the top for the scene. And she's like, well, you're not giving me anything to work with. Someone's got to emote. And it's like, that was funny. That was a good bit. But otherwise, like, they do it sometimes just at the end of scenes for no reason, where Kermit's just like, by the way, we're making a movie. And it's like, okay, like, you don't need to keep reminding us that this is not real. We know it's not. You're puppets.
Yeah.
But the opening, like, 10 minutes is amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Kermit
has a new girlfriend. Good. His last one was an abuser.
There you go. Yeah.
His last one was an abuser.
Yeah. It was a very serious time in our lives.
You want to talk about the finale of It?
Sure.
Yeah, we didn't do an It show here. With the rebrand to Across the Omniverse, we could have. But I think that the timing didn't really work out.
We didn't really think about it.
We hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
We kind of had Watchmen already planned out.
If we were like, what's going to get the most hits on YouTube, we would have been like something new and current.
Yeah, but we're not good at this. So wait until you find out what we have planned between now and Wonder Man. Next week is going to be good, but after that, I think we're going to have some real low value episodes.
Episodes of Leave It to Beaver.
But the first few episodes of It, Welcome to Derry season 1 were great. Show started really strong. Yeah. And I thought it ended fairly weak. You hated the finale more than I did.
The finale did the exact kind of things that like throughout the season they were not doing. So I was like, which is having a prequel that explains everything for the original, so to speak. And the finale does that throughout it, where it's like, oh, we gotta make sure that this is clear, that this is the connection to this and then blah blah blah.
I think that's not fully correct.
No,
because we're going to do spoilers here. So if you haven't watched it, Welcome to Derry, there are spoilers. It's not that the finale is setting things up for the movies as a prequel. It's that the movies are establishing what happens in the prequel. Because
but that's what happens with prequels all the time.
But what I'm saying is that when they take that stake out of the ground, that lets it be free, not just physically, but in time, because as a god, it does not experience it. It's a real Watchmen thing here.
Yeah.
It does not experience time that way. So in that moment, it realizes how it will die. And then so it decides that it is going to stop the people who kill it from being born. So that's what the prequel is. The prequel is basically it trying to stop the bloodlines of different characters from the movies, the Losers Club. And so that's why that big thing happens at the end. So the reveal is not so much, hey, isn't it crazy that Richie's mom ended up also fighting Pennywise? It's that, oh, Richie killed Pennywise, so Pennywise went back in time and tried to kill his mom. Not back in time because he exists at all time at the same time, but that's what I actually don't mind that as sort of like, how do we tie that prequel and make it going back in time get more and more interesting? I don't mind that as a result. So it feels like one of those things like where each season, one, within the Stephen King universe, these family lines extend back anyway. But two, there's going to be a reason for characters who are related to the main characters from the movies to be involved. And it's going to be because it is trying to kill them to stop the bloodline before it can be killed itself. So that's the thing. I don't mind that. So like when he's like, hey, you have a kid named Richie, I do wish that they had specified at the end that she forgets that, because she will.
Will she? Because she never leaves Derry, right? So she.
But that's the thing. Everybody forgets. No, even within Derry, because the thing is that even within Derry, they don't forget the same way they do when they leave Derry. People who leave Derry forget Derry.
Okay.
People who stay in Derry kind of forget the horrible stuff.
Okay.
It's like a little bit like it just gets like less of a big deal. You know what I mean? And so. That I think the problem is in the movie she has two eyes, so it really is I don't know what the explanation for. I don't know why you cut the girl's eye out of a character that you know has two eyes in the movie. I have no idea why you do that. But so like I wish that they had like sort of a more. She was like, Pennywise showed me something, but I can't remember what it is anymore. Like, and I kind of actually like that I'll tell you the truth. I like the reveal that she named Richie after that boy. I like that. I don't hate that. I thought that was sweet.
I don't like that those kids were there for the black spots burning.
Yeah, I don't like that either. And I wrote a whole thing about how I did not like how they did the black spot in the show. I think they really fucked it up very badly.
Yeah. Because as far as I remember in the book, there were no kids who died there. Which seems like something that would be.
Here's the thing. I think you can't compare the book to the movie, because the movies, this universe is totally different from that universe. I mean, simply because the Young Losers Club happens in the 80s. So it's just fun. It's just totally different. So you have to look at it as inspired by. Yeah, is the thing. So I think you have to kind of look at it that way, like inspired by.
Very much so, but it seems like it seems unnecessary to have them there, and like the whole time before everything goes down, it's like. Why would you just let these kids hang out at your nightclub? Like, you're serving them booze. Like, you're like, hey, kid, why don't you pull them Back to the Future and get up on stage and start playing? Like,
well, I see. Actually, the thing is, there's two things. One, I don't mind them giving them booze. The world was different. Like, I mean, that just is the deal. Like, there's a certain generation that grew up and their parents were giving them beer at the table when they were kids. That's our generation, in fact. Many people our age had their first beer when they were like 7.
Yeah.
And it would be like, hey, kid, have this, and spike it a little bit. That's not super unusual. And I don't mind giving Richie that moment on stage because they immediately kill him.
They do immediately kill him.
So I'm totally okay with it. Like, I don't like that when it's like a special, but like it's cheap because it's to remind us that Richie has these talents and stuff like that, and then you kill him right away.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of okay with that. It's cheap, but I don't mind it in terms of like, hey, he's a special kid. Let's give him a moment. That really much more is, hey, we want to make this death hurt a little bit extra. So let's have a really happy moment here for him, and then let's kill him. So that's why I don't mind that as much.
And I also don't like that they stopped Pennywise. I think, to me, the format is that Pennywise was always successful with what he was trying to do until the Losers Club.
They didn't stop Pennywise. Pennywise went back to sleep, and when they removed the thing, he woke back up, so they put him back to sleep.
But didn't he wake up at the right time?
No, he woke up at the wrong time. When they pulled the stake out, that allowed him to wake back up. Because he went to bed after the black spot. The black spot was, as in the novel, his final feeding of that cycle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he went to sleep. And then he drives his daughter crazy, and then he goes back to sleep. And then when they pull the stake out, that allows him... We see him, like, sleeping. Like, that's why he's red down, because he's sleeping in a thing of blood. Okay, and then he wakes up, and he's like, oh, shit, I can get out of here now. Okay. And then, so what they do is they stop him from that. But he had gone back to sleep.
He had completed his cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what happens in future seasons, should they happen? I don't know. But, like, in terms of that, he definitely completed the cycle all on his own.
Okay.
Now, the idea that there's these stakes that make the cycle part of it, that's all new for the show. That did not exist in the novel at all. That's totally made up.
I mean, that I didn't mind so much because it does...
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Fix, not, a problem, but a thing of like, why is this all-powerful being just hanging out in one town? And that's it.
I think here's the thing. I actually don't mind that as like, I don't think that's a problem for me.
No, like I said, it's not a problem. But it, like, if you're trying to expand on the lore, and you're like, well, why couldn't he just go to Chicago this season or whatever?
I mean,
like,
because he didn't want to. I mean, it's like that's the thing with when it comes to all powerful beings. I think very often within these stories we insist on having explanations for things. Yeah. And remember, so the Pennywise, the it creature, its true physical form on Earth is a big spider thing, but its true form is the Deadlights, and it exists in the macroverse. Even after it's killed, it still exists. What happens is there's like sort of a tendril of it that enters our world and solidifies in this form. And then when they killed that just means that it, which still exists, is just no longer in our world.
Yeah.
And so the decision-making of that thing is so beyond any of our understanding that I don't need an explanation. Like, why did it stay there? Sure. It wanted to. It had its reasons. I mean, that's as simple as that. I know within, like, TV shows and movies, people like to have, like, a clockwork precision thing and, But for me, I'm like, oh, no, I don't really care. It's totally fine for me.
So. Well, like I said, it wasn't a problem, but it was something I thought it was an interesting addition to the story.
Yeah.
And the same, even though this really does... feel like something I would hate, I like that we see the creature like finding the real Pennywise and showing up as a kid and being like, children are attracted to you, they come to you, why? And like that format of it, I thought that was very cool. I was like,
I like that.
That's why it chose Pennywise.
It's funny because that's not in the novel, but in the novel, Pennywise calls himself Bob Gray at one point, and it's like not really clear what that's supposed to mean. And so I don't mind that the show decided to kind of like dig into that a little bit, because there is a canonical Bob Gray thing, but it's like we've never fully, I think, from the novel quite understood what that was actually supposed to be. Yeah. So yeah, my big problem with the back half of the show, one, the black spot, they fuck it up. Two, I don't know that the Harley Quinn character really had that much of a value in the program. Love Madeline Stowe. Good for Madeline Stowe.
Hey, get that paycheck. Good for you. But.
And conceptually, there's something really interesting there, especially if we're going to be going back in time and that character is going to keep popping up. So I'm not like against that character, but in terms of what that character did in this season, I was like, well, I'm not really sure why we're bothering with this. The biggest problem I had with the whole fucking program at the end of the day is that General James Remar, from the Warriors, his plan could not make less fucking sense. I mean, just no fucking sense.
He has my favorite moment in the finale, which is when he's standing next to Pennywise and he goes, "You can go." And it's like, come on, dude. Like, you know what you're dealing with. He's not just going to walk away.
He maybe doesn't. I don't know.
He does. He knows it's murdering all these people and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you can go.
You know what's really funny is that the obvious choice here is they wanted to get Pennywise and drop him on Russia. That's the obvious choice. But somebody in the writer's room is like, that's too obvious. He wants to use it in America. There's too many race riots and women's lib. And it's just like, what's the fucking plan, man? Like, I legitimately, like, I understand dropping it on Russia. Like, it's not good. It's like, it is stupid, like, if you think about it. But like, within the confines of the U.S. Army, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. Like, yeah, okay, it's a weapon. But
at a time when especially the U.S. Army was like, let's try mind control. Let's try this. Like, all right. Yeah. They're trying everything, right? So,
I mean, by the way, I think that character is supposed to have gone through MK Ultra a little bit. It's sort of hinted at. But yeah, I mean, like, the thing is dropping it on, like, you know, especially if you think you're fighting like an end of the world war, like, fuck it. Like, we have a cosmic entity. We're going to drop it on the bad guys. Yeah. But like, we're going to put it in America so that it deals with race riots.
So it stops woke.
Yeah, so it stops woke. Yeah, like, what the fuck is that? That makes so the thing that feeds off of fear is gonna stop. What? Like, give me a break, man.
No, that made no sense.
I hated it. That, and then I hated that James Remar is like, all right, you've gone AWOL and committed mutiny a couple of times, but you know what? Let's just hang out some more. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, this guy wants to drop a cosmic entity on the United States of America to stop the commies, and then like this guy Leroy can't stop breaking the military code. I mean, for good reason, by the way. I'm not saying that he should have but like at no point is James Remar like, just put a bullet in this guy's head. Like, Jesus Christ. He's like, we'll hang out. I like you. You're a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I really hated that. And like the stuff in the ending is like fine, but like it takes 30 minutes for that final battle, which is not really a battle. It's everybody standing around the fog.
It's everybody standing on a empty set where they put in fog.
Yeah. And it really just takes too long. Although I will say, I'm not above admitting it. When the ghost of Richie shows up and helps the kids put the thing in, loved it. That's very Stephen King too, by the way. Yeah. There's a lot of elements in this show that are very Stephen King.
Very Stephen King. Yeah.
They're often the elements that are the dumbest or the corniest. They're like straight.
But Stephen King is real corny. He's a corny guy.
But I think more of the. Go ahead.
No, please. I cut you off.
I think more of the kids needed to die.
I agree. I 100% agree.
So, I think more of the kids needed to die.
I do not. Although, I mean, the first episode starts with like 3 kids getting brutally massacred. And that surprised me. And then Richie's death surprised me as well. I was not prepared for that. But I did think by the end of the season, like, I knew the one kid who is the, I guess, father of the kid from It would not die.
Will Hanlon, yes.
Will Hanlon. But I thought the other kids would die.
I wouldn't have minded a couple more deaths. I thought that the crazy girl probably should have died, frankly. But what do I know?
Well, she had to give birth to the other girl.
No, she doesn't.
Isn't that her mom?
That is not. No.
Oh, that's how I read it.
I know. It sort of seems that way, but my understanding is that that's not the case.
Oh. Well, then that post-credit or that scene with what's her name from the movie is real weird to just toss in.
It's not real weird because that's Pennywise's daughter is the old lady.
Yes, that's the old lady.
She's in It Chapter 1.
She's in,
and I think that hanging is in It Chapter 1. So basically, what that post credit scene is sort of like drawing the connection.
I think they talk about the hanging in Chapter 1.
Maybe they talk about it, but the problem is that in It Chapter 1, the old lady's in it, and it's like not really clear what her deal is in It Chapter 1. And so this really draws the line. It says that old lady in It Chapter 1 is in fact.
Is she in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2?
I mean, I don't know. She's in the young.
Jessica Chastain.
She's in the young version because
that'd be one.
No, actually, the young kids are in the second one too.
But I don't think they do much interacting with other people in the second one because it's all de-aging stuff on them and stuff.
I'm not 100%. I don't.
It's been a while since I watched it.
No, yeah, that Lily is not Bev's mom, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
So, at least that's what I understood it to be. So, yeah.
Okay. Then I misunderstood it because I thought that's what they were saying. It was, oh, that's Beth's mom. Look at that.
Bev.
It's Bev's mom. Yeah. And then the moment that really made me groan was Dick Hallorann being like, I got a buddy who owns a hotel. I'm going to go be a cook there. Maybe I'll take a shining to it. He didn't say the last part, but...
I actually, you know what's funny? They spend that whole series and they don't say he has a shine. And technically Warner Brothers owns The Shining, but there might be some reason why they can't say that. I honestly don't know why.
He's the one that tells Richie that's called The Shining, right? Or
he doesn't tell Richie anything.
Or not Richie, what's the kid from
Danny? No, it's his. That's Dick's.
Yeah.
The Shine is Dick's word.
Yeah, so I kept thinking he was going to be like, my grandmother called it The Shine.
I mean, I think that's what the deal is in the Shining, is that it came down from his grandmother.
Yeah. Which we see that his grandmother had it in this.
Bev's mother's name is Elfrida, by the way.
Okay.
Which is an insane name, but yeah.
So she's actually in Wicked 2, Wicked for Good.
Yes. Yes. But that's Elfrida Marsh hanging, but that is not Lily.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the deal.
Oh, I wonder what happened to Lily.
I mean, nothing.
She's the only one we get nothing from.
Yeah, I guess nothing, right? I mean, maybe someone just left. They might have just left town.
Continued to cry for the rest of her life.
I mean, yeah, maybe they kept her locked up. Yeah. My other big problem with the show, with the finale, is that at the very end, Leroy and his wife are going to leave Derry, and then the natives sell the farm to them, and they decide they're going to stay. And that, frankly, just doesn't line up with It Chapter 1. Because Leroy is in it, he's the grandfather of Mike, and he tells Mike to not deal with the fucking monster.
Yeah.
And so, like, I watched It Chapter 1, parts of it after the show.
Okay.
Because it kept starting up after the show ended on HBO, which just start up. So, like, over the course of the entire season of It Welcome to Derry, I watched about half of It Chapter 1. But I did watch the scene where Mike is saying that his grandfather told him that all the evil in Derry has one source. So that works with the show. But the problem is that in the end of the show, it's like our grandkids are going to have to deal with this. So, like, for Leroy to tell Mike, don't deal with that, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And by the way, that farm is outside of the Derry line of the stakes. So anybody on that farm, whether what they do or don't remember, is going to be, very interesting.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I just thought it was funny that they were like, at the very end, when his wife was like, "You'll take care of the goats." Like, okay. Like,
wait,
setup.
Is that something?
Because for the kid from It, his whole thing, he has like nightmares about killing goats with the little gun thing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, like,
that's not that big a deal. That's really hard. That's like, you kind of got to really remember that. Like, that's.
But the way she says it is like telling the audience, like, huh? Remember? Remember the goats?
That's so funny. I thought that she was calling him a horny old goat, but I didn't watch that part of It Chapter 1 as the show kept doing it. I mean, I'm interested in season 2 if it happens. I'm assuming it's going to happen. I think the show did pretty well. They haven't announced it yet.
They haven't announced it yet. They did announce that it was like the third most watched show on HBO ever.
Yeah.
So that seems
like
pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is that in the novel, in the big shootout with the gang, which is what the big event of season 2 will be, Pennywise is shooting guys with the machine gun.
That's great. I'll be down for that.
People are like, we saw a clown shooting people. The other big bummer in season 1 here was that at the Black Spot Fire in the novel, one of the racists do get killed by Pennywise. But Pennywise does not show up with a big cleaver. Pennywise shows up as a giant bird and takes him away. That same giant bird appears at the Kitchener Ironworks explosion. So that's like a nice connection between those events.
Was that a Mothman thing, do you think, for King?
I don't know if it's a Mothman thing or it's a Rodan thing. I honestly don't know. I mean, it can't be a Rodan thing for the Kitchener Ironworks, but I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to be for King, but one, I would love to have seen the bird show up here because I would love when they get to season 3 for the bird to show up and everybody go, oh my God, it's the fucking bird.
Yeah.
But two, Pennywise doesn't take enough forms in this show. And in a show that has like 9 episodes, I feel like there's a lot more opportunities than in a movie for him to take forms.
Yeah.
And the movie, they really missed the opportunity to do pop culture stuff, which is really heavy in the novel. Like it takes a lot of pop culture forms. And I just felt like that should have been, they didn't do it for, which I thought was crazy, by the way. Like there's no reason that the one of the forms of it should not have been the Joker. Because they go out of their way to show Batman is playing in the theater.
I mean, the only reason is because he's already a clown. So then it would be like, well, he's just a different kind of clown.
No, I think it would rule, though, if the Joker turned into Pennywise. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that would have really ruled. And it would have really worked. But, like, in the novel,
the kids just took the form of Bob the Goon.
Bob the Goon, yeah. Everybody's favorite character, Bob the Goon. In the novel, the kids see it as, in the 50s, see like it as, like, teenage werewolf and stuff like that. The crawling eye. So this is not the same period exactly, but it does feel like you could have fit some of that stuff in there, and I think it would have been a lot more fun. And like I love Lily's dad. I think that's a fucking incredible presentation of it.
Yeah.
But I want kind of more of that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't just want like once Pennywise shows up, it's just the Pennywise show, and I get it on like a real marketing perspective. And it is amazing they held Pennywise back as long as they did.
For like 3 or 4 episodes. It was impressive.
Like half the series, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of would have loved to have seen something that was pop culture-y. Those kids have no pop culture experience at all. In fact, they don't talk about music. They don't talk about anything. And I think that's like a real missed opportunity too. Like it's like a super missed opportunity. Because again, that was a big part of it for Stephen King. So,
I'd also say that Skarsgård playing the original Pennywise, the father. His accent and stuff felt more like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
It's so bad.
It's so horrible.
So bad.
It's like, we're all childish here. We're all in the 1930s.
It's so fucking terrible.
Where are you coming from?
So bad.
Yeah.
It's so fucking... Although I really do love the bit where Dick convinces it that it's Bob Gray again.
Yes, that was
I thought that was really good. I thought that was really, cool. really good.
That was very cool.
There's stuff that I really like. And you know what? I really ended up liking how badly they fucked up Dick Hallorann. Because Dick Hallorann, like in the final 2 episodes, he's really being haunted by all the ghosts all the time. And that really does sort of play into The Shining. He's not fucked up by the time of The Shining, but you get a real sense.
Now, right? So
yeah, like he's like to figure out how to take care of himself by the time of The Shining. And so I think that really worked. It's kind of funny. I really like the guy who played Dick Hallorann. I kind of wouldn't mind watching like a Dick Hallorann TV show, which sounds like the terrible kind of executive thing to say.
He's just solving murder mysteries every week?
Dick Hallorann solving a murder mystery every week. Yeah, like Sixth Sense Dick Hallorann style. But I like that guy a lot. Like I really enjoyed him. And
he was great. He was really, really good.
Yeah, so I kind of wouldn't mind that. So
he had real good haunted eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, very much so.
He had that look.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to have to put in the show notes, like skip from here to here if you don't want to be totally spoiled on the end of it. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
But I found myself very aggravated by the final 2 episodes, but I know I'm going to tune in if they do a season 2. So who's the clown now?
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely watch another season because there was enough in the season that I liked.
Yeah,
that it's like okay, I want to see more, and like you know, the pickle dad was great. The
so good.
Birthing scene for the other girl with her mom, I thought was fantastic. Was amazing.
That's the thing. All the really good stuff's in the first half of the season. Once it gets to be the Pennywise show, it just sort of like kind of felt like lost a lot.
It runs into a very similar problem that I have with the movies. Is that I'm sure in reality, Pennywise would be terrifying, but Pennywise running up to people going, "Whoa!" is just not scary to me. It's just kind of goofy.
All modern movies have decided that a guy moving really fast and jerky is the scariest fucking thing in the world. And I think I don't get it. Like, sort of. Like,
no.
It always looks dumb to me. It never looks scary to me. So, but.
Yeah, it's just funny looking. That's what I think every time.
Everybody does that. So,
but I'm interested to see what they do if they have another season. I know the plan is 3 seasons is what they want to do. So we'll see if they're able to pull that off.
I mean, I assume HBO is going to greenlight both seasons.
I would think so.
Before they sell, might as well get this greenlit.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that they did not announce season 2 the day that the finale came out.
Yeah, me too.
I really thought they would.
Yeah.
But no, they've been very quiet on it thus far.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out what happens.
We shall.
Who knows?
All right, we got news this week?
We do. Where is the news? Here we go. The trailer or teaser for Disclosure Day came out. Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
We talked about this, didn't we?
We talked about it on our failed attempt to record Bad Batch.
I was like, I know I complained about those noises already.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you carried it over. Yes, for those at home, we were attempting to record a Bad Batch this week. If you notice no Bad Batch, it did not go well, and it hit us at a point. We were just like, you know what, fuck this. We were like, fuck this. Very excited about Disclosure Day. No, we talked about Disclosure Day on the Knives Out episode.
Did we?
Yeah, because somebody mentioned that we talked about it. Like, I think Buddy Todd, when he was like live posting about the episode, I think mentioned that we went deep on Disclosure Day.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. If we didn't talk about Disclosure Day already, let us know. We'll talk about Disclosure Day. But I went on and on and on about disclosure related stuff and UFO stuff that I don't feel like doing again. So.
Yeah. So
sorry, but that's a good reason for you to go spend $7 and become a subscriber at the Bendu level and get our monthly podcast Watchmen. This month we did Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out mystery. 3+ hours on this picture, going very deep and really loving it. So yeah.
Yes, great movie. Lots of good things to say about it. So I highly recommend it. We've got a sense of what Paramount will be doing with Star Trek, and that is raising licensing fees by 2,000%.
They're just trying to get rid of licensees. That's what that is. They're trying to shed licensees. They're trying to get
rid of the lower end.
Yeah.
Like I imagine they didn't go to Lego and be like, by the way, we're going to raise the fee by 2,000%.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did, though. I'm like, I don't know who they feel as like their best toy thing, but they're definitely trying, because there's a lot of Star Trek licenses out there. They really were spreading it around for a very long time. And so my guess here is that the 2,000% increase is to just make everybody drop off, so that the people who make Enterprise pizza cutters go. Yeah. That's my personal guess on that. Yeah.
To better regulate the brand, maybe?
That's my take, is probably to create a little bit more brand control, and also maybe there is to bring it back into consumer products more directly or something like that. Like, I mean, I guess we'll see. But I know that we all hate the new Paramount. We all hate David Ellison. But in this case, it does feel like a potentially brand positive thing. Unless, of course, you think that having the world's worst Star Trek merchandise be licensed everywhere is reasonable. So,
what are you saying, that this Captain Kirk mug is no good?
I mean, that's exactly the kind of garbage I'm talking about. Yes. It's the exact kind of garbage I'm talking about. Yeah.
I love it. It's completely unusable, by the way. The handle, being the Starfleet insignia, it's like completely uncomfortable to use.
I can't. Yes, you're not on camera. There we go. Yeah, sorry. That's awful. That's horrible. Yeah. So nuts.
Uncomfortable. Cannot use it. That was a gift. I got that as a gift.
I mean, like, it's kind of funny, like, and I would definitely own it, but like, it is bad merch. It's bad merch. So.
They released another video for Wonder Man called Inside Wonder Man, where we get to see Simon Williams and Trevor Slattery talking about their working on the Wonder Man movie.
I have not watched it because I have decided I'm not watching any of it. I decided.
Sure.
I'm not doing it. I decided that I'm going to hit Wonder Man, as I have very little knowledge of Wonder Man right now, and I've decided that I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to watch any more trailers or commercials. I'm not going to watch any behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm not going to watch any. I'm not going to read reviews. I'm going to try to stay away from early reactions, all that stuff. Yeah.
All right. Good for you.
Yeah. So tell us what you thought about it.
I thought it was fun, and most of it is, it's like them filming EPK stuff. And then the discussion of Trevor Slattery being the Mandarin comes up, and Simon Williams will not discuss it, and Trevor Slattery gets very upset. and watching it and the other stuff they put out, it's so clear that Ben Kingsley loves playing this character.
Yeah, I get. Makes sense.
On a ball.
It's a great character to play. He's having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. So good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
All 6 episodes of Wonder Man will be dropping on January 27th. So great. Thanks, Disney.
We don't like that. We don't like that one fucking bit. But we're gonna have to figure out how we're doing this. Derek and I were talking before recording. We're gonna have to watch some of these episodes and then decide, do we want to do this in 2 parts, like 3 episodes? Do we want to just strip it out weekly? I think it also, to be very mercenary, I think it's going to really partially depend on what the response to the show is.
It's dropping all at once, so the response to the show is going to be by the weekend. No one's talking about it anymore. We already know.
So then we're probably going to do 3 and 3. It's most likely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a bummer, man. What a bummer.
Yeah. Ugh. It's real goofy. But what are you going to do? The first Avengers Doomsday teaser is out there. You have to go see Avatar to see it. They've not put it online, so I have not seen it. But
I've seen it online because it got already pirated before the Avatar even came out.
Pirated versions.
I did.
But it's Captain America holding a baby. He's got himself a baby.
It's Tony Stark.
Will return.
The reveal's going to be that's Tony Stark as a baby. And he's going to kill baby Tony Stark.
That'd be pretty wild.
That's not going to be what it is, but that'd be really crazy.
Such a twist.
Captain America is Doctor Doom, it turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know what? I don't know that I love Captain America having a baby, but whatever, who cares? Like, you know what? Frankly, that character's been around we're coming on 100 years of that character existing.
He's got kids in the comics.
He's got kids in the comic. He went to another dimension and had a kid, and that
he
kid,
adopted
I think,
a kid in another Dimension Z.
Yeah,
he adopted a kid, but it's
does
really
he have
Zemo's kid.
Does he have a biological kid in the comics? I can't think of any.
No, he's like, there's been like what if stories where he's got kids. Is how they get around it.
Yeah. So
yeah, because his girlfriends keep getting killed, so he doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily care all that much about it. Like, whatever, you know, like, I mean, I'm very curious. Yeah. So we'll see. What if the Captain America Jr. is the hero moving forward? Who knows?
Could be. So they're doing 4 trailers, 1 a week in front of Avatar.
Yes.
My theory is that they're not going to be online until the Super Bowl. And then they're going to air them during the Super Bowl as well, and then put them online.
No, they'll put them online after the final trailer, because it's going to be next week is Thor, week after is Doctor Doom, and then the final trailer is sort of like a teaser trailer that gives you like hints of what the movie is. And I suspect when that one drops, a month of Avatar, I think, is enough of Avatar.
I agree, but we'll see.
I don't think they'll wait till February. I don't think they'll wait that long.
No.
Because also it's pirated. They're already out there. So like you kind of want to get good quality versions out there.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't already put it out because it's spreading everywhere already.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually kind of am too, frankly. Yeah.
And also, not only is it like our pirated versions everywhere, but also no one's really talking about it because I think because there's not just like, hey, here's the official good-looking version, people are less apt to discuss it.
I don't know. It's not that much to discuss, frankly. I mean,
look, YouTubers will get 30 minutes out of like a photograph of like somebody's hand. You know, they can definitely like milk.
I mean, I'm sure they are talking about it. We just don't want those YouTubers. Trailer.
They pop up on my YouTube all the time, and none of them are talking about it.
I don't know.
At least the ones I see.
All right, what else we got?
Lars Ettinger is announced to play Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow. You've seen him recently as Man on Bike, I believe, in Jay Kelly.
Oh my God, that's him?
Yeah.
He's got like a weird, important role in Jay Kelly. Yeah,
okay.
Like, okay, wow. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of wild. Okay, interesting. He's been in some other stuff that I guess I've seen, but I don't remember him in it. He's a rapper.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
He's a rapper. He's a German rapper, and he's also old. They keep doing this. They cast an old guy. He's in his He's like in his late 40s, I think. Yeah.
That's not old.
That's old. That is 100% old. No, and
disagree. Pretty young. He's 49. He looks good for his age.
He looks good for his age because he's a star in Germany. So he's got all the good stuff available to him. He's got all the good Shiza available to him. But he's got the youth Shiza. But here's the thing. I think it's very funny that 2 days ago James Gunn's like, I never said Brainiac's in the movie. And it's like, James, just shut the fuck up. Just don't answer the question. If you know you're announcing the guy in 2 days, just shut your fucking mouth for 2 days, man. Like, just don't answer it. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Buddy Todd in the Discord really blew up James Gunn's spot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because somebody asked James Gunn what your favorite, like, what are you drawing on for this Brainiac, like what run or what version? And James Gunn said, I'm a big fan of everything from Otto Binder's original take to Marv Wolfman's surprisingly scary version to the latest Absolute Brainiac. And Buddy Todd said Otto Binder wrote 2 Brainiac stories, one his first appearance and the other is a joke comic. So to say that you're a fan of Binder's take on the character is a little bit weird. Like the Binder era.
He said Binder's original version, which would be the first appearance.
I'm actually paraphrasing it, so he might have just said Binder's.
I mean, if you read that issue, like 99% of Brainiac stuff is set up in that issue that he still is today.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's got the bottled cities, he's got Kandor, like it's all there in his first appearance.
All right. Well, I take Buddy Todd's word on it that this is.
He's got his booty shorts and polo shirt, which is my personal favorite look. Although he's not called Brainiac in that issue, so he's not given a name. He's not given a name in that issue.
They're gonna call him Brainiac. They're gonna call him Brainiac in the movie. Or is this going to be one of these things like this fucking Brainiac up here?
No, yeah, I hope they don't do it like that. I hope he's just called Brainiac.
Because it's tough, though, because like his name became a joke word.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's tough. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really... Do you know what I think about a lot? What's like that? Nimrod.
Yes.
Because
a
Nimrod...
Completely different meaning than the actual purpose.
Right. And so when
story.
The original Bible, Nimrod means great hunter. But when Bugs Bunny is calling Elmer Fudd Nimrod, it's sarcasm. Yeah. But because Nimrod sounds like it's got something to do with a dick or something, it just turned into dummy. And so now everybody says Nimrod, like this fucking Nimrod over here when they're stupid. Yeah.
It was always a problem for me as a kid in the X-Men comics when Nimrod, the Sentinel, would show up. And I'd be like, why would they name him Nimrod when everyone knows that means idiot? Like, because I was an idiot kid. I didn't know any better.
But you're not an idiot kid. Nobody fucking knows that like, Bugs Bunny eradicated the previous meaning of Nimrod. Yeah. Like, the problem is that either Chris Claremont was too old or too nerdy to understand that the meaning of Nimrod had fundamentally changed already.
Yeah.
There's and we see this happening today. There's all kinds of words or whatever that you just can't use anymore because they have different meanings now. And if you drop those words or those names, people laugh. And Nimrod just is one of the earlier examples of it. So
yeah.
Brainiac.
Good for you, Bugs Bunny.
Brainiac.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
That's it for news.
Oh boy, not a lot of news. We have a wide expand. You don't talk about Avatar's box office or something like that.
Oh, I didn't even see what it was. I couldn't care less about it.
$88 million opening weekend.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, Avatar continues to hit. I mean, I was really curious about this one because it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hate watching it, but also I just don't know how interesting it still is to people, and I've not really heard people talking about it per se. But people went to the movies and they went to go see it, and it did really well in 3D, which is the only way to see these movies is in 3D. And so. That's.
I mean, this was a very good weekend for the box office because David did well. The David and Goliath movie that did well as well.
Did it really?
And, yeah, it made like $20 million or something like that.
Wow, the children yearn for the Bible.
Yeah, and then that new Sydney Sweeney movie did really well.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy because she's been tanking everywhere.
Yeah, but this one did well.
Wow,
I
good
forgot
for
what
her.
the name of it is.
Yeah, who knows? She put out 6 movies in the past 3 weeks, so it's been a little.
This is a Kevin Feige movie, I believe, or Paul Feig rather.
Is
Movie.
it Kevin Feige did a Sydney Sweeney film? That's the first I heard of it. Well, she was Spider-Girl.
Yeah. Housemaid made $18.9 million this weekend.
Well, good for them. That's great.
Yeah.
Terrific. We'd love to see the box office doing well.
David at $22 million.
Wow. And then Avatar at 88, so really leaving everybody else in the dust. I mean,
There's no true competition there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty Supreme is open limited this weekend. I cannot recommend this fucking movie enough to people. If it's playing by you, go see it. It's a masterpiece.
It's gonna be playing like Christmas Day at my local AMC. That's probably gonna be my Christmas. Is I'll go see Marty Supreme.
Gotta go see it, man. It's so fucking good. And so that's the big opening coming up. I can't recommend it enough.
Did you see the AMC snack deal they have now?
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Because you already get upsized to a large for free.
But
or did they get rid of that?
I believe they still have that, but this is 50% off. But it's $30 a year. So it's like, do they understand I will destroy them? I will put them out of business. Like, if I got that deal. And then just every time I went, I bought popcorn and soda.
No, because the thing is that this system is based on people buying it, not using it. So they account for people like you who are the outliers. So like for their general A-list, most people that get A-list don't go to the movies. They get it and then they go maybe once a month. There's some people that go 4 times a week because they've now upped it to 4 times a week. Some people that do that. But that's not that many of them. And they kind of bake that in. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Song. I want to see Song Sung Blue. I'm pretty excited to see Song Sung Blue.
That's the Kate Hudson,
Hugh Jackman movie. Yeah, true story.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks interesting.
I heard it's nice. I heard it's real nice. And also, Anaconda opens on December 25th.
Not interested in that at all.
I'm gonna go. I mean, I got the AMC, right? So I'm gonna go.
But even that, I just can't. I mean, I suppose if it wasn't 12 degrees outside, I'd probably be more open. But next week it's supposed to be warmer. It's gonna be like the 40s and 50s next week, so I'll definitely go to the movies. But I just can't. Nothing in that trailer looks good to me. It just does not look good. In my opinion.
I don't disagree. Like, that's the thing. I don't disagree, and I think that the whole premise is like a movie from 15 years ago. But maybe that's what I'm interested in.
Did this premise already, didn't they? Like, the true story is 2 guys who remade Raiders of the Lost Ark as like kids, and then they made a movie about that. So this is essentially the same idea.
No, it's not. They're playing themselves.
No, they're not.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. They go to the bank to get a loan.
Oh, I didn't watch the trailer. I thought they were playing themselves as guys remaking.
No, they're like, ever since we were kids, we wanted to remake Anaconda.
Oh, okay, then I don't care about this movie at all. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Paul Rudd and Jack Black playing Paul Rudd and Jack Black remaking Anaconda.
No.
Oh, then I'm super not that interested. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, thank you for letting me know, because I would have found that out only when I sat down for the movie. They're like, wait, hold on a second. Why do they keep calling Jack Black Doug and Paul Rudd Ron? I'm looking at the IMDb right now. I had to double check that. I was like, that can't be correct.
Okay.
And it is, in fact, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. That idea would be great if it was just Jack Black and Paul Rudd wanted to remake Anaconda.
Well, they didn't even want to, but they got talked into it, and like the whole thing's a disaster. Like that's like, I would 100%
like a Tropic Thunder kind of deal.
Exactly, a Tropic Thunder. Yeah. That's honestly what I thought it was. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
All right. John Billingsley's in it though.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's nice, right? I'd like to see John Billingsley get a little bit of a thing.
Steve Zahn's in it. I always like to see Steve Zahn.
We love Steve Zahn. We love Steve Zahn getting a paycheck too. We love that. Yeah, can't get enough of that. Yeah. Ice Cube's in it. Ice Cube's got to be in every movie like this.
And he's in the original, isn't he?
I don't remember. But like, if there's like a dumb
Right?
comedy,
Yeah, he's the one who says, like, I'm pretty sure it's him who says, "You telling me there's snakes out here this big?"
oh yeah, you're right. It's Ice
Yeah.
Cube, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also Ice Cube's in every single half-baked R-rated comedy now. Oh, is this even R-rated though?
I don't know.
I bet it's not. I bet every dream I had for this movie is now dashed. I bet every fucking dream I had for this movie. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The movie they're dying to remake, it might just kill them, literally.
Yep.
PG-13, man.
There you go.
Okay, actually, there's a version of this movie I would have seen no matter what, which is that Nic Cage was supposed to play the Jack Black character.
Oh yeah, then I would be there. Yeah, 100%.
Did I tell you that I watched the Jesus horror movie that Nic Cage is in? Did I talk about that in the show? The Carpenter's Son?
I think yeah, because you told me that Jesus kills a guy with psychic powers.
Jesus kills a guy with psychic powers. Jesus fights the devil hand to hand at the end as a teen. As a teen, yeah, he has a fist fight with the devil, and Nic Cage is Joseph, and he's mean as shit the whole movie, and it is funny. Movie's really fucking boring.
Yeah,
I can't recommend it. It's super
it's
boring.
crazy to say he fist fights the devil and then be like it's very boring.
It's unreal how boring it is. Like, it's unreal how tedious this movie is. But I mean, like, that's the thing. It's one of those movies where you explain what it is and what happens in it. People go, "Oh my God, I got to see that." And I'm here to tell you right now, you do not got to see that. Like, I had to see it. Like, it's a weird Jesus movie. Of course I got to see it. But like, for regular people who are not mentally ill like I am, just skip it. But Nicolas Cage does some pretty good Nicolas Cage acting in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well,
yeah.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's it.
All right. We got letters this week.
We do. Sal from Cleveland says, "Hi, Devin. Apropos of nothing, I watched The Devils last night. Great movie. And had this thought. Did you name the late, great Oliver Reed the dog after the late, great Oliver Reed, the British actor, because his bottom teeth poke out of his mouth and point upward, much like Reed's curly mustache in The Devils?"
No. That is not the reason why I named him Oliver Reed. The reason why I named him Oliver Reed is three reasons. Got the dog home, and he wouldn't stop humping stuff. That's a real Oliver Reed thing. 2, he wouldn't stop peeing on stuff. Once again, a real Oliver Reed thing. And 3, with the teeth and the white fur, he looked like Oliver Reed as the werewolf in the motion picture Curse of the Werewolf. Yep. So it's specifically Curse of the Werewolf that inspired me to name him. But with the rest of the stuff, with the humping and the peeing, just super Oliver Reed on a bender behavior, it just felt correct. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, so Curse of the Werewolf, British werewolf picture.
Good movie.
Reed is really great. I really like the design of the werewolf in that because it's the only white werewolf I've ever seen, I think. Has there ever been?
Think of I can think of like light gray ones, but I can't think of any like white. Like, he is a white werewolf.
He's
it's
a
very
fairly
striking.
white werewolf. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. So anyway, that's where his name came from. Well, for little folks at home that don't know, Oliver Reed is my late Chihuahua mix, and he was a real freak show. My absolute best pal. So
he was a great dog. He's a good dog. Craig asked, "Guys, I was going through my grandfather's old stuff when I found this piece of Marvel Comics gold from 1982, and he sent a picture of it. It's The Life of Pope John Paul, #1. Was this common for Marvel to do one-shots of public figures?"
So here's the deal. The Pope John Paul II comic book happened because a couple of years earlier, Marvel had been commissioned by the Franciscan Order to create a St. Francis of Assisi comic book for the 800th anniversary of St. Francis. And they produced a comic called, I swear to God, Francis, Brother of the Universe. Great title.
That is a great title.
And the Franciscans bought the whole run out. Like, that was the deal. Like, you make it, we'll buy them all. They got the idea maybe we can make some money doing this. Like, this is actually maybe some people want this. So they did a Pope John Paul II. While they were writing the comic, somebody tried to kill Pope John Paul II. And so that like got written in. That became like, if you look on the cover there, it's from his childhood in Poland to his assassination attempt.
Yeah.
So that's all in there. That did pretty okay. And I think like a lot of Catholic, like we got given it at my Catholic school when I went for CCD. Wednesdays, we got to leave public school early and go to Catholic school and get taught Catholic shit, and they gave us this comic book. They did a third one, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. It did not do well at all. And so they stopped doing it. Now, interestingly, each of these comics are Marvel comics, and they each have the Marvel comic indicia that includes a little side box. So each of those side boxes has a holy figure in a superhero spot that is really delightful. The Francis Brother Universe one is the best one out of the three, though. Do you have that? Can you take a look at that?
I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in a while.
He's there with a dog. It's really great. It's just like a really great indicia. But this is not the only time. So they did a Beatles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's really good, right?
It's a good cover, too.
It's a really good cover. It's a wraparound cover, too. Yeah. They did those religious comics for real life people. They did a Beatles comic at one point in the 70s. I don't know if they ever did any others. They did a Spider-Man cover with Obama on it. I don't know if they
Kiss, right? But
that was
like a life story thing.
That was a life story. That was like a Kiss adventure.
Yeah.
And then Kiss put their blood into the ink, so the comics have Kiss blood in them. Kiss is just like the band Ghost, because you hear about a band that like looks like that, and they put their blood in the ink, and you're like, these have got to be the hardest core motherfuckers. And then you listen to the music, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? This is for 15-year-old like girls, like, not to be gendered, but like it's like super bubblegum, like it's crazy bubblegum, both Ghost and Kiss. Ghost, you look at the band Ghost, and you look at how they dress and how they are on stage, like, this has got to be fucking metal. The thing is, the guys who make the music that really destroy you, like that are like the heaviest music, they all dress in like checkered button-down shirts, and they have like little like pocket protectors and shit, and they look like regular dudes, and then the music they play is insane. And then the guys that look like Ghost, they're playing like do 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 do. But Marvel did other religious comics, by the way. They teamed up with a company called Nelson Publications, and they did some religious comics. So they did adaptations of religious novels. They did the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis. They did In His Footsteps, a novel that basically inspired the What Would Jesus Do thing. Oh. And this was like a long time ago, though. This is like 30 years ago. And then they did a Story of Christ, Life of Christ, Christmas Story, and Life of Christ Easter Story. Both of those are written by Louise Simonson, and illustrated by a woman named Mary, I think, Wilshire, who did a ton of comics for both DC and Marvel. And Colleen Doran also did some of the Easter Story.
Oh, wow.
But the best piece is that they did a superhero comic with Nelson Publishers. It's a character called the Illuminator. And it's like early 90s, and he has a jacket and like a helmet. Look, I want you to look him up. We're not going to. Yeah, the Illuminator. They solicited a fourth issue of the comic, but only 3 were ever released. And he got his powers from God to fight darkness. And as far as I'm not 100% sure, but first of all, he's
got the star brand on his chest.
He has the star brand on his chest, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He is owned by Marvel. That's a Marvel character. And to the best of my knowledge, he is technically a 616 character.
Wow.
So the MCU could have, do you know what would be like a really great team up? Would be Illuminator and the Aquarian.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that is Jesus as a superhero. One of my favorite characters. And he was hanging out in Project Pegasus for a long time. But yeah, so he's like, there's a God superhero.
Can I tell you the Illuminator's tagline?
Let's do it.
He's not the hero. He's not a hero from another planet. He's not a grim avenger of the night. He's not a radioactive mutant. He's the hero that keeps the faith.
Yes. He has light powers and he can fly. His job is to fight the darkness.
The band, The Darkness.
Yeah, so I absolutely. What'd you find out about Illuminator?
I'm looking him up on Wikipedia, and under partnerships, it just says God.
God. Yep. Yeah. So he made it 3 issues, the Illuminator. But that was Marvel's foray into religious comics. But yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head they did other biographies. There were biography comics had like a really hot moment in the 90s. Remember Rock Comics? They were doing all these biographies of the bands and shit like that. Yeah. There was like a real hot moment of that. But as far as I know, Marvel just basically did those 3 religious biography comics. So yeah.
God, it was $5, Illuminator.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not cheap.
There's probably a number of reasons. Probably a number of reasons why that comic did not make it past 3 issues.
I don't remember this at all.
Because it didn't hit our comic book stores. This only hit Christian stores. This was for a Christian bookstore exclusive. That's why Nelson Publications is the But like I said, Marvel owns the character. So
the cover of number 3 is the Illuminator seemingly fighting, I don't know if it's just the demon or the devil, but some kind of red demonic figure, and the demon is punching in the ground, and Illuminator is jumping out of the way, and he says, "Hey, not so close, bub."
Yep.
So they're trying to get on that Wolverine action.
They're desperate at that point. Yeah, they're desperate at that point. Yeah. In issue 2, Illuminator deals with drug trafficking, so it's like a little bit like a Christian comic in terms of like the ills of the world, you know. Yeah. So that's.
They can get Jack Chick to write them.
Well, yeah. I think that Jack Chick would find all superheroes inherently evil, right?
Probably, yeah.
So, but as far as I know, he is 616.
It'd be wild if he showed up.
It would be like if somebody out there is doing some crossover, like, and fucking puts Illuminator in the background or something, I will be so excited.
Like, I can only imagine Grant Morrison does not know this character exists. Otherwise
he would use him, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. He would have been on the X-Men.
Yeah, he would have been on the X-Men. He would have been in the Deadpool-Batman crossover. Like, Grant Morrison would everywhere. This character would be showing up.
Yeah, yeah. So,
yeah.
All right, what's our next letter?
Our final letter is from Alan. He says, this question is mostly for Devin, but Derek may have opinions on this too. Devin, you were one of the first people to see Neil Breen's glorious Fateful Findings. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Dire Duplicity, which is as Breen can be. My question after all these years, do you think he's in on the joke now? I hope not, but there's so much BS out there these days that I can't help but think that he is, and he's playing up those Breen expectations. Thanks for everything, guys.
I have seen the trailer for Dire Duplicity. It is fucking incredible. Neil Breen is a fighter jet pilot in this. In fact, there's a line where somebody talking.
Saw Top Gun Maverick.
Well, he's an assassin who also flies fighter jets, and I swear to God, Neil Breen's a genius. And somebody says his whole life is assassinations and flying, which is like so fucking great. Fateful Findings.
To be fair, in the 1990s, that would have shown up in like 30% of the action movies, that line.
Fateful Findings is one of the greatest movies anybody's ever made, and it's like a really extraordinary example of outsider art in that he is not in on the joke. He is just making his vision, and his vision is fundamentally insane. And I have seen pretty much he plays one where he plays a cyborg Jesus from space, by the way. Really fucking terrific picture as well. I did a Q&A with him. I hosted a Q&A with Neil Breen.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, after a screening of Fateful Findings. And one of the highlights, honestly, of my career. And I'm going to tell you something. Neil Breen is not in on the joke at all. I mean, I guess something could have changed in the last few years, but he's not been putting movies out at a rate that indicates he's in on the joke. And he released a movie a couple of years ago that was pretty bad, even by Neil Breen standards, but it's definitely not in on the joke. Like, he just is not. Like, he thinks this shit is cool, and he gets enough people. I watch people interact with him, everybody comes at him with like a level of sincerity, because I think there's no way to watch a Neil Breen movie and you can recognize how bad it is, but also you had a great time watching it. Like, you have a great time watching it. And so I think you can't go up to Neil Breen in that same Tommy Wiseau way. Because I think you could watch. You can't watch The Room by yourself. It's just not like it's not that good. Like as a bad movie, it's like kind of fun with friends.
You need other people. Yeah.
But I think you could sit in your house and watch a Neil Breen movie and have your brain blowing out the back of your head.
Yeah, I've done it. Like
straight up.
Like I watched not this one obviously, but the last one he did, which was not good. Like not good Breen standard. Like
it's bad.
It was boring. There was too much repetition.
Yeah,
he's gotten way too into green screen. And
oh my god,
like
the green screen in that movie's out of control.
It's horrible. Yeah. It's horrible. But still, when I finish it, I spent like a day and a half in a haze, being like. What is real? like what is going on?
The thing is that Neil Breen's movies are like psychedelic experiences. I mean, that really is honestly the case. Like there's like a thing, like if you're watching it by yourself, there's a moment while you're watching it, where you do question whether or not you're alive. Like you're like, wait, what? Like, is this actually happening right now? Like, is there? You have nobody that you can bounce off of and say this is actually playing, right? Like this, I'm actually seeing this. And so, but I do not think Neil Breen's in on it. I think Neil Breen is a true fucking weirdo.
There's one thing that makes me think he might be in on it, but this could also just be him being like, oh, this is a classic line, and that's in Neil Breen also made like a how to make movies video, and at one point he redoes the no more books bit, and then he looks at the camera and smiles, but it's like, is he doing that because he's like, come on, you guys know that's a great bit, isn't it? Like that's a great moment from one of my classic films, or is he kind of winking like, yeah, it's a little goofy?
I mean, it's interesting because he sat in the theater and watched Fateful Findings with us, and people were laughing the whole picture. So you kind of can't miss it. So Tommy Wiseau, when he saw people laughing at The Room, decided to try to make a comedy. And there's a reason why you've never heard of this movie, because it's awful. It's dreadful. And but I don't know how Neil exactly internalized the laughing. And I think Neil might be aware that his movies are very heightened. Yeah. I think he knows that, but I also think that he gets enough positive feedback that he feels like maybe his movies are for the people who get the movies. That's kind of my take on it. Well,
he's got a whole thing of like, he won't do midnight showings.
Yeah, he won't do any of that stuff. He won't do the joke stuff. Yeah,
prime time and like treated with respect in that fashion.
And he has a message. That's the other thing. Like, he feels like he has a message. So all of his movies are message movies. Every single one of them. Neil Breen doesn't just make like brainless. I mean, they're close, but they're not brainless movies. Like, he puts a lot of thought into them. He doesn't have a lot of talent, but he puts a lot of thought into them. So he is. Go ahead.
I just watched recently an episode of VFX Artists React, which is a very good YouTube series. I highly recommend it. And I can't remember what the movie was, but it was some terrible movie with terrible CGI. And I was like, oh, they're going to rip it apart. They're going to really goof on it. And they do for like a minute. And then they discuss like, look, the creator of this movie had a vision, and nothing could stop them from bringing it to life. Yep. And you have to respect that kind of person. Like, even if it may not be good, but they have that drive. And that's what filmmaking's all about, is having that drive. And I was very impressed with how they discussed it.
That's what outsider art's all about. Somebody who doesn't necessarily have the training or the talent, but still putting their art together because they need to express themselves. So my understanding of Neil Breen is that he was like a real estate guy in Vegas, so he's got like a bunch of money. So as far as I know, he puts his own money into these pictures. Like, I don't.
He puts his own money into it, and he's always said that he will not make one until the last one has made a profit.
Right.
So he's, in theory, consistently making a profit on these.
Right.
You know, how much, I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised if he's making a fair amount of profit on these. But that is something he's claimed. He's like, I will never make another movie until the last one has turned a profit.
I think there's something really magical about Neil Breen, too, is that he hasn't really fully crossed over to the mainstream in the way that, say, Tommy Wiseau did, or even Ed Wood has. He still is still a weirdo for people who are into that stuff, and he's not like easily available. Like, you kind of got to go find a Neil Breen movie.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure they're piratable.
Streaming. Yeah,
but you're not going to go on Amazon and find
services.
Fateful Findings. Yeah. Maybe actually you can. There's no reason why there wouldn't be. He actually could do that. He could put those movies on Amazon. I wonder if he has.
I don't know. I think he just still does the DVDs.
Just sells them himself. Yeah,
I think so.
No, but he's like, I mean, like, in a lot of ways, he's like a real artist. And being a real artist is not necessarily about being great at it. It's about having a vision and executing it as to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
So, but if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Fateful Findings, I legitimately, there might be no movie I can recommend higher than
It's an amazing just wild movie.
It's bonkers. It's bonkers.
And I do think that's part of why he has not become a Tommy Wiseau or an Ed Wood, is that his movies are just too strange.
They're really weird. Yeah.
They're really weird. And like they are earnest Tim and Eric sketches.
Yeah, very much
Like
so. Yeah.
it's very interesting to watch, where it's like, oh, this guy's not making a joke here.
Right.
He is
Yeah,
serious.
He's dead serious, yeah.
And
There
it
is-
is just weird.
Yeah, there's like a genocide in his Space Jesus Cyborg movie.
He's like, I
and-
killed them all.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what the fuck? This is nuts. Like, this is straight nuts.
300 million people, I think he kills.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's really nuts, man. Can't recommend it enough. So, yeah, Neil Breen, God bless Neil Breen. Like, as long as he's working. Also, it really helps is that he's not like a weird looking guy, but he's a weird looking guy for the roles he gives himself.
Yes. Yeah. What's the one? It's not Fateful Findings, right? Where he gets into the car accident, his face is all covered in bandages for a bit, and then there's the teenage girl that like hits on him, and he turns her down. He's like, "No, this is the wrong way to go." And it's one of those things where it's like you're watching the movie and she's
No,
like,
it's
undressing
Fateful
in front of him.
Findings. No,
It's
he's
Fateful Findings,
he's
okay.
having a shower sex with
But there's also like a teenage girl, his friend's daughter, like comes on to him, and there's a moment where like, oh, Neil Breen is like, oh, I'm so sexy that even this teenage girl can't say no to me. But then he like rejects her, like, but like nicely. He's like, look, you're too young for this. This is not the right thing to do. You know, you need to be with people your age. And it's like, well, Neil Breen, ethical.
the
Oh, nice.
The latest Neil Breen movie is Cade, The Tortured Crossing, and like a title like that,
Which is a
really-
sequel, right?
to Twisted Pair, yeah.
Yeah.
But a title like that tells you this guy's not fucking around. Like, like this guy's not doing a bit. Like he titled his movie Cade, The Tortured Crossing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, his movies are on the same level of like the movies I made in college, like technical wise. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
He does like a lot of like human trafficking shit in his movies.
Human
Like,
trafficking
he's like really
and-
obsessed with that. Like
He's obsessed with that. He's obsessed with
government conspiracies.
government conspiracies and pollution
Yeah.
and like banks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
His heart's in the right place.
No, I mean the thing is that his message, they're all message movies and you can't complain about the message of any of them.
No.
They're just absolutely fucking insane.
Bonkers. Yeah. Yeah. They're a good time though.
I wonder if there's like famous people trying to be in Neil Breen movies, because I know a lot of famous people are fans. Like I know that for a fact. Like I talk to famous people about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely the kind of thing I think about often. I think I've discussed this on one of our podcasts before, that if I was famous and there was something I liked, I'd be like, I want to be in this. You know, like I always think of like Meatloaf showing up on Ghost Hunters and being like, yeah, I love the show. So I had my agent call them and see if I could come on. And it's like, yeah, I would do that all the time if I was famous. I would constantly do stuff like that.
Did you see there's an amazing tweet that surfaced recently because of the Rocky Horror 50th anniversary? A lot of young people are watching Rocky Horror. And somebody screen captured this guy's Letterboxd review. And the whole review was, someone in this movie is called Meatloaf? What the hell is that?
No, that was for Fight Club.
Oh, those are Fight Club. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
You did-
Fight Club.
yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Fight Club. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
No clue.
I
what
can
Meatloaf
only
is.
imagine that person was directly trying to cause Brian Collins to have an aneurysm.
I was going to send it to Brian Collins. I said, I don't want to have him have a car accident or something like that. Did you send it to him? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to ruin his day this badly.
Yeah.
All right.
Send it to him.
You ready to talk about the series finale of Watchmen? Oh, actually, where can people send their letters in?
Oh, they can send them to ask.cinema.sanga@gmail.com. In the subject line, just put the name of the show you want it for, Across the Omniverse or Bad Batch. One question per email, please. And while we're at it, if you're watching this on YouTube, why not like and subscribe to our channel? And if you're not watching on YouTube, why not watch this on YouTube? Especially last week. If you watched last week, you get to see Dr. Manhattan in the flesh. And he pops up for a quick interview.
Boy, this week we get to see quite a bit of Dr. Manhattan's flesh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want to do a podcast that's just about dicks in movies and TV shows. I'm always fascinated by them. Like this episode, I almost paused my TV. That giant schlong shows up at the end of this episode.
Like
So
it showed
big.
up, I was like, "That's got to be fake." Please,
It's like
God.
upsetting. Like it's like disturbing. Like you like
Yeah.
that must hurt your back. Like that's got to your whole gait has to be thrown off. By
I
this.
don't understand how you can walk around with that. Like in your underwear and your pants, it's got to be like constantly like this is. There's no good format to this thing.
It's funny in the comic they gave Dr. Manhattan like a pretty average sized dick, and then on TV he's got like 9 or 10 inches hanging there. Like it's fucking nuts. We're gonna talk more about his dick, I'm sure, as we talk about the series finale of Watchmen. Let's do it. Watchmen season only, episode 9. See How They Fly. So we open up with Adrian filming his secret message to Robert Redford in 1985, and I like this because we see the guys that are holding like the cue cards, and the guy behind the camera, and the guy behind the camera coughs, and but then we cut away to a cleaning lady, and she goes into Adrian's private office, and she opens this password. She knows his password is Ramses 2. We talked about this last week, that the poem Ozymandias is not about Alexander the Great. It's about Ramses 2. So she types in Ramses 2. That opens up the secret painting safe, behind which is full of vials of cum.
Yeah,
and she,
normal.
And she fills a vial with hand lotion and replaces one of the other ones. I love that. I love the hand lotion. And she basically impregnates herself. She inseminates herself.
No, I'm not a doctor.
I wonder if that cum needed to warm up. I know I'm on the same page as
all
you.
I could think of when she did that. It was like, how is she not like, oh my God, it's freezing. Like, that would be so
I mean,
cold,
she does
wouldn't it?
kind of have like a fucking, look on her face. She
like I always like in Spider-Man, Norman has a bigger reaction to when they put the little clips on his chest before they turn him into the Green Goblin, where he's like, "Oh, it's cold," like that, or the thing comes in around him, and like he has more of a reaction than she does. I expected more. I think I would have been like, "Hey, we're gonna shoot this cold stuff up inside you." I'd be like, "That's very cold. Can we wait a minute? Let it warm up a bit." I know we can't put it in the microwave, obviously, but come on.
She says something while she's inseminating herself, and what she says is a quote by 3rd century Vietnamese warrior Lady True. She's a real person, and she led a rebellion against the Chinese Eastern Wu dynasty, and she is a national hero of the Vietnamese, and she is considered sort of like an early chapter of the long Vietnamese struggle for independence, because they've been conquered by people so often. And the quote is, and this is a literal quote that she gave: "I want to ride storms, kill orcas in the open sea, drive out the aggressors, reconquer the country, and undo the ties of serfdom, not to bend my back to be the concubine of whatever man."
There you go.
So they changed it a little bit for the show, so I think that's like kind of cool, right? That's like kind of neat that she's a real person. And I think it speaks to how well researched and considered.
Yeah. Well, that's something I wonder. Like, did somebody in the writers' room know about that, and when they were creating the characters, like working on the characters, and then they were like, yeah, we're going to use that. Or is it throughout research while working on the story that they came across that?
So my guess is, I mean, I don't actually know the answer here, but like I think a pretty safe bet is that if nobody knew about it already, when they were doing research for Vietnam, because they knew they wanted to make Vietnam part of the story, because they wanted to examine what it meant for the Vietnam to be the 51st state. Like that's like one of those things that's mentioned in the comic but not really examined. She's a pretty big deal in Vietnam. Like they named streets after her everywhere. Like you probably would have come across that name at some point. And there's something about the name Lady True.
Oh, it's a great name.
Which just sounds great. Like it sounds like a superhero name. Like so I think that might have caught their attention already. You know what I mean? It's by the way, JD Vance gave a speech today. I'm going to get ahead of myself because I'm thinking about it right now. This ties into the episode. J.D. Vance gave a speech today where he says, in the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Yep.
That's going to come in later on in the episode. That's a thing that the bad guy says. Almost word for word.
Yeah.
But I just thought about it now because it popped up on my screen, so I'm going to forget about it when we talk about that scene. So she inseminates herself. Then we cut ahead a bunch of years to the Lady True that we know arriving at Karnak and knocking on the door. I like when Adrian answers the door. Like, it's got to be pretty wild to be in Antarctica and somebody knocks on your door.
Although he answers, he's like, I don't talk to fans. So
that's
like,
the thing. So it does, because he says, I don't care how hard it was for you to get here. Yeah. So, like, it definitely does happen sometimes. He actually has the best line there where he says, and no, you can't use my restroom.
Yes.
Which I fucking love. It's so shitty. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. And then she says, hey, by the way, I know that you killed 3 million people. I know that you created the squid. And I think it's something only this. And he's like, that's a crazy thing to say. And she goes, well, I also know you don't get credit for it, and that you saved the world. You're the smartest man in the world, and you saved the world. And as the smartest woman in the world, I wanted to thank you for that. So he invites her in for tea, because he can't help but the flattery gets her everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's complaining because Redford doesn't return his calls. And
he's got a real like Doc Brown feel. Like Doc Brown in 1955 when Marty first meets him in this scene, in this sequence. And I don't know if it's just because of the robe. Kind of looks like the robe that Doc Brown's wearing. It's not the same. I checked because I was like, is that the same robe? It's not the same robe. But like his movements and stuff just reminded me of Doc Brown.
It's interesting. I mean, like, there's like a thing going on here where Adrian's in a really interesting position. This is 2008. He's in a really interesting position here because he is essentially a relic now. I mean, and True says that to him. Like, so you're doing reruns now? That's all you're doing with your time is reruns? And he, there's a line later on where he says, Ozymandias spent the last 10 years slowly going crazy on Europa. He's clearly slowly going crazy here.
Well, I mean, even before that, when he asked the newsstand guy, what do people think of Adrian Veidt? And the newsstand guy says, they don't.
They don't care. They don't, yeah. But like he's even now in 2008 going crazy slowly because he did his big thing and he saved the world, but it wasn't satisfying, and he seems to be like stuck. And he was kind of hoping that like he would be like a bigger deal in the world and nobody actually cares. And even Redford's like, hey, you know what? Like, I would have won the election anyway. All that you did was confess to me about a horrifying crime. And we learn here that the squids are automated.
Yeah, he says that, but we saw in the last episode they weren't, and then we see later on in this episode he can control where they go if he wants to. So
here's what I think.
I'm
going to tell you what I think happened last episode. With some of this understanding, my thinking is that he is taking control of it in the moment to show off in front of John.
Okay.
He wants John to see that he's doing this. Do you know what
that makes
I mean?
sense.
Like,
that makes sense.
And he wants to be the one pulling the levers. Like, he doesn't just want it to be going on in the background like he does in Lady True, where it's just like happens. He wants to be the one pulling the levers. He wants John to see it and John to have a conversation with him about how smart this is.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that he's missing. He's just missing the adoration that he wants. He is, as he says in the episode, a total narcissist. And so he wants people to tell him how fucking smart he is all the time. You know, that's the deal. And
this must be a pretty busy period for Adrian.
Why?
Because it's 2008. Mm-hmm. So this has to be very close to when John shows up and sends him to Europa.
2009. It's the next year.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I think part of his decision to go, we're learning part of his decision to go Europa. We figure this is part of the explanation for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She says to him like, hey, this is a rerun. Like you've done this before. Like you're doing the same thing but little. And she's like, what happens if you just let? And he's like, well, I have to because like I stopped the clock. And she's like, well, what happens if you let the clock start again? He goes, it's right back where it started. She goes, but what if we made every nuclear weapon disappear? And she's like, so there's somebody that could do that. And he's like, oh, so you've come here hoping I could call Dr. Manhattan for you. He's on Mars. And she goes, no, he's not. It's a decoy. And he's on Europa. And she explains to him how he knows that because she built this subspace satellite to find his specific energy signature, and she was going to scan the whole galaxy, but it's much closer to home than she thought it was going to be.
Yep.
She tells him that I've sent another satellite to take a picture of him, and it's going to arrive down to the second, and that's how Adrian knows exactly when to be outside the dome.
Yeah.
And
which, thank God it wasn't me, because I'd be like, did she say 21 hours or 23 hours? I cannot remember.
Well, I mean, that's why he's the world's smartest man, right? So she says to him, I'm going to destroy him and take all his power, and then I can fix the world. I can do everything that he should have done. He did not do enough. And she says, I've actually designed a quantum centrifuge that's going to take his energy and is going to put it in me, but I can't afford to build it, so I'm kind of hoping that you'd spot me, I don't know, $42 billion. And he's like, well, why would I possibly do that? And she goes, well, I'm your daughter. And he goes, no way, I've never given myself to a woman.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
a real incel.
He says, like Alexander the Great, I believe such hedonistic activity is a distraction from more important things. The problem is Alexander the Great had wives, had kids, and even was almost certainly gay and had a lover, a male lover. So I'm not sure if the deal here is that Adrian did not believe those sections of the history books. I honestly don't know what the deal is here, because there's no, I mean, unless all the research they did for this show, the one piece of research they did not do was like Alexander the Great's Wikipedia page. Like,
no, I think they did, but I think part of this is that Adrian prefers the myth of Alexander the Great as opposed to the reality of Alexander.
That's a good point.
And so that's what he lives by. Because I remember hearing that when I was like younger and stuff, when people like, oh, he never had sex because he felt that he needed to keep himself pure and whatever and blah 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 to make himself stronger. So I can see Adrian.
Plenty of it.
Oh yeah, he was boning left and right, but
But she says, well, the reason why you should stake me that is because I'm your daughter. And then he says that thing, and then she says, well, actually, my mother worked for you. You wouldn't remember her. She was just a cleaning lady, and she worked for you, and she stole some of your sperm and impregnated herself, and she snuck out before you killed everybody at Karnak. And he's like, she wasn't I like this bit. Like, goes, she wasn't just a cleaning lady. She was a thief. And, like, you expect him to be like, she was a great woman. Like, no, she was a thief. And then he tells her, I gave up all, I inherited more money than God, and I gave every penny away because I wanted to start from nothing, and I wanted to achieve anything. And he's like, and that's what I'm going to offer you, the opportunity to do the exact same thing, to have nothing and to achieve anything, and I will never call you daughter.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of setup for stuff that feels very delightfully, the way that it all comes together feels really super fucking
really well done. Yeah.
We cut to Europa again. Adrian is now got the cake, and I guess it's another birthday, I guess.
This one's a mud cake. He made it himself.
Oh, he made it himself. He made himself a cake. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a rumble, and a spaceship lands. And he's like, finally, and he leaves with his horseshoe out the tunnel, and all of the clones show up, and then the game warden shows up, and the game warden's got a gun, and he's like, Master, you must go back. And Adrian's like, nope, not going to do it. And he's like, you must, or you don't force me to do what I will do. And Adrian's like, well, I'm going to force you to do it. And he shoots Adrian, and Adrian catches the bullet just like he did in the comic.
Yeah.
This episode has a lot of callbacks to the comic in a lot of big ways. I think the way that it's done on the show is brilliant. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think it's brilliant. Like, there's a lot of callbacks in this one, but none of them feel heavy or like the whole show is stopping for it or whatever. Yeah. And I actually think that him catching the bullet here, especially like if you're new to it, like you don't know the comic, so you don't know that happened in the comic, that he faked his own assassination attempt, it gives you the same information here, which is that he set all of this up and that he's able to deal with it.
No. Does he get shot in the assassination attempt?
Yeah, he does.
Because I remember him doing it at Karnak, right?
No, that's the assassination attempt where the guy has the bullet in the cyanide in his...
The cyanide, I remember that, but I don't remember... Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the assassination.
For some reason, I think my brain is all jumbled where I'm like, I thought it was like Dan or Rorschach that shoots him.
No.
Karnak.
No.
Is that maybe in the movie that's what happens?
Maybe, but in the comic that happens in his office building lobby.
Yeah.
Maybe you're inside a lithium cage.
I can see both versions in my brain. I'm like, I can't remember which one's correct.
You're in a lithium cage right now.
Oh yeah?
You're very confused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
So they fight, and Adrian kills him with the horseshoe. And as the game warden says, Master, why did you make me wear a mask? And Adrian says, because masks make men cruel. Yes. And he says, you wanted me to be cruel? And Adrian says, I wanted you to be a worthy adversary. And he says, Master, was I a worthy adversary? Adrian goes, No. And then the guy dies.
It's so great. It's so good.
He gets on the spaceship. He says, you did put on a hell of a show, though, he says, after the guy's dead. He gets on the spaceship, and it takes off. There's artificial gravity. There's a voice, and the voice tells him to go get inside this chamber, that it's going to keep him hydrated, fed, and from going insane on the course of the mission. And then when he gets inside, he gets sprayed with this gold stuff, and we realize that he's been in the show from the beginning, that he has been the statue. Yeah, really great. Just a great reveal. Just such a good fucking reveal, man.
Yeah.
And he gets wheeled into a room in True Industries, and he's gonna get destatued.
Yeah.
And so Beyond is there doing it, and then Lady True comes in, and Lady True's like, hey, listen, babe, sorry, this is the wrong time to tell you this, but he might just say something, so just so you know. And Beyond goes, I'm your mother. And I love that. I love this is an episode where it's about plans within plans within plans, and I like that so many of these characters are super smart, and so like it's levels of who's ahead of who, and I like that very much.
There are two people throughout this episode who have no idea what's happening, and it's Angela and what's his name, Mirror Glass Man, whatever his name
Looking
is.
Looking
Glass are the only two who are constantly like, what the hell's going on? And I really like that a lot.
Yeah, it's really great. But I like that the whole episode is just revelations that somebody's plan was actually somebody else's plan. Yeah. And that like the way that it goes, nest upon nest upon nest, until the final reveal, this is all John's plan. So he wakes up, and he's like, hey, so we realize that the image that she caught on the thing, what he had written was "Save me, daughter." Yeah. And she's like, "Were those all dead bodies?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, I bet there's a cool story behind that. And she's like, it must have meant a lot for you to like humble yourself to write daughter, and that really means a lot to me. And she shows him the Millennium Clock, and he's like, holy shit, you fucking built it. Like, oh my God. And he's really impressed. He says it's beautiful, and she likes hearing that. And then she says, well, we got a god to kill. And they all drive off to Dreamland Theater, to the center of Tulsa, where so much of this show has sort of like had its little space. It's the Times Square from the comic, because it has the newsstand, it has the museum, it has the Dr. Manhattan phone, it has the Dreamland, it has all of our little locations. And she goes over to the newsstand, and she gets the day's papers, and the guy's like, holy shit, Lady Troy, I never thought I'd see you in the flesh. And she goes, well, this is the last time I'm going to be in the flesh. And then that's when Adrian has his little conversation about, like, what does everybody think happened to Ozymandias? And he's like, I think he walked into the jungle, became Tarzan. And Adrian's like, that's ludicrous.
He spent 10 years on Europa.
Yeah. And so they're there. And then as they all show up, and she got, like, all her dudes and stuff like that, the fucking thing comes floating in, like the quantum engine or whatever comes floating in. Very cool. It's got like a semi-steampunk vibe to it. Like it's kind of a neat looking thing.
It looks like something that could fit right into Return to Oz.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah. So and then, by the way, when he sees it, Adrian has a good quote, And it's one of the better quotes on the program, which is, "Israel is desolate and her seed is no more, and Palestine has become a widow for Egypt."
Yep.
And that is from a real thing. That is from the I'm probably going to say it wrong, Merneptah stele, which is a stone tablet that has an inscription that commemorates the Egyptians conquering Libya in like 1200 BCE, like a gazillion fucking years ago. We only found it 100 years ago. And it's considered the first reference that we have that mentions Israel by name. Okay. Because like the historicity of the Bible, it's like we know some of it's historical, but some of it's up in the air. Sure. And so to have something in 1200 that was not made by the Hebrews that says Israel indicates that place was known, that some of these stories that are in the Bible about other interactions with Israel maybe did actually happen. So it's kind of a fascinating thing to quote. And then he says, "The end is nigh," and there he's quoting Rorschach. That's what Rorschach. That's the sign that Walter Kovacs carries around.
Walks around with.
Yeah. So all of that is happening, and meanwhile, we then cut to the department store, and we see the original Senator Keene show up, the one from the comic who passed the Vigilante Act.
Yes,
he's in a wheelchair. He's an old ass man. He comes in. And they take him into the room where the big cage is, and they set Lori up in front of it, and she's talking to one of the Rorschach guys, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up," and she's like, "Well, just tell me who the fucking cage is for. Like, what am I here to see?" And then there's gunshots over the radio, and we realize that what we're hearing is the other side of the Angela gunfight from the end of last episode. And Joe Keane gets on the radio and was like, "Fucking take the shot. Like, just do it." Like, because the guy's like, "No, we can't." He's like, "Take the fucking shot." And they do. And Dr. Manhattan shows up. Back at her house, we have Angela talking to a 7th Cavalry guy. And she's asking where John is now. And she begins breaking his fingers one by one. This is a Rorschach move, by the way. Yes.
He does it to what's his face when he jumps out of the guy's fridge.
Yeah. So and that's definitely very purposeful. He finally tells her where to go. So we get John.
Though I will say they do something I greatly enjoy.
Which is what?
Is that she breaks his first finger and he's like, "I'm not gonna say nothing." She breaks the second one. He's like, "I'll tell you everything." It didn't take long.
It never does. Having your fingers broken that much must be horrible.
It seems horrible. I couldn't say for sure. I've never broken a finger, but does not seem enjoyable.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So, Dr. Manhattan is in the cage, and he falls to his knees, and Joe Keane starts taking off all his clothes, and Joe Keane gives his big villain monologue here. And he starts with the squid and says that Adrian unleashed a monster on us, but it wasn't the squid, it was Redford. Redford took our guns, and then he made us say sorry over and over again. Sorry for the sins of those who died decades before we were born, and sorry for being born white, which is literally what J.D. Vance said today. The white supremacist villain of Watchmen. There's a really good chance J.D. Vance watched this program.
Sure.
I would say he's a Magic the Gathering guy. He's a dork. So I would say that there's a 90% chance he watched this program.
It doesn't mean he understood it.
I'm not going to say you know what? I don't think J.D. Vance is dumb. That's actually what makes him one of the worst ones out of them.
I don't think he's
evil. He's evil.
No, I don't think you have to be dumb to not understand it. I think you have to be unwilling to look outside your own point of view to not understand.
The thing is, I don't know how much of this shit J.D. Vance believes. That's the thing that's troubling about J.D. Vance. Remember, he's the guy that called Trump Hitler.
Sure.
So he just recognizes what's politically expedient. That's one of the more dangerous things. Is a guy
extremely dangerous
who just says whatever needs to be said. Yeah. And so it's even darker when there's a guy saying it who we can take some actual belief that he might know better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just a ideologue, true believer monster. He's a guy who believes nothing. Like, he just believes only in his own power. And that's a really scary kind of guy to me. Like, somebody who's, like, crazy but has real beliefs, like, that's scary too. But, like, that person has beliefs, at least. It's fucking Great Lebowski. Say what you will about National Socialism, but at least they had... Say what you will about the tenets of National Socialism, dude, but at least they had beliefs. Yeah. And because that's why John Goodman hates the anarchists, right? Because they believe in nothing. And... or the nihilists. And so that's the thing. Like, I kind of agree with that. Like, I'm not saying the Nazis were good, but, like, they believed in something. These fucking guys don't believe in shit, man. They don't believe in anything at all. It's horrible. No. That means they'll do anything. Yeah. Anyway, he gives this speech, so what they're going to do is they're going to take the power back. He talks about, like, he basically does the full explanation. Like, we started this little culture war. We wanted to get our cops in masks. I was going to control both sides of it so that I could end it by riding in on a white horse. But then it become the president. But now it became sort of like, it felt like a little small potatoes. And he says, 3 years ago, we sent the guys out to White Night to kill some cops, and went really great. Except one of these guys called me from a payphone in New Mexico, and I had just seen him 30 minutes earlier here in Oklahoma. And he was not just in New Mexico, he was in Gila Flats, New Mexico. And he's like, there's only one guy that could teleport somebody, and that guy happened to be born in Gila Flats, New Mexico. So it seemed pretty obvious that Dr. Manhattan is around, but more importantly, Dr. Manhattan was in that house. And he's like, what are the odds? And that's when Laurie goes, hyperdynamic, what was it? Was a high thermodynamic miracle, she says.
Yes.
You're just nodding your head like,
well, I mean, I don't know what, there's not much to say about it. I don't know.
It's an audio podcast for most people. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, you're talking. It's not like it's been silent.
You have nothing to say about any of this?
The timeline of all this is very confusing to me.
Why is
I'll
that?
say that because in the last episode, Lady True said they were going to capture Dr. Manhattan in an hour.
Yeah.
And in that hour, Angela drives home, kills Cal, talks to Dr. Manhattan, fights the 7th Cavalry, and then Dr. Manhattan gets captured.
Yeah.
But they were at the Millennium Clock place, which is way outside of town. And it's like, I just wish it seems like that's a lot to happen in an hour, that drive and whatnot.
I don't know. It seems pretty reasonable. I mean, let's say it's a 35-minute drive. It's late, so there's not a lot of traffic. And they got this shit down to a science, like setting the thing up. You watch those guys set it up. They got like fucking...
Oh, no, I'm not questioning them setting it up. It's everything with Angela that I'm like, this seems like really fast. Like...
I don't know, that whole thing...
in an hour.
That whole thing with her going home and then the fight, that fight probably takes about 7 minutes. Like, real time? Like,
sure,
in their world?
Down to 53 minutes. So you get the drive, killing John, or killing Cal, long conversation with John. That's a lot. Seems like more than an hour to me.
Wait, no. The hour... Them taking John is where the hour...
Yeah, what I said, till they capture John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
That doesn't seem that crazy to me at all.
No?
No, I think that she probably... let's like, again, 35-minute drive, let's say about, right? Okay. So that's part of the hour. And then that leaves her with
20 minutes of a conversation with Cal and John, killing Cal, talking to John.
And then...
That's 55 minutes right there.
The shootout takes no amount of time at all.
That seems like a lot. It seems very, very quick to me.
You, my friend, are one of the great nitpickers, like, of all time. Like, legitimately.
I mean, there's not much. Like, look, this show's great, so I'm like stretching to find shit to discuss, rather than go like, I really like it. Oh, I like those.
I mean, there's like we could talk about thematic stuff. We could talk about the fact that when John shows up in the cage, he is saying lines from the comic book almost exclusively.
Yes.
Which I like a lot. Like, and again, you may not like some of that stuff. Like, he's like, Janie, you cold? I can change the temperature in here. And he says, as far as I can tell, there's nothing in Afghanistan that warrants my involvement. So like, he's definitely like, I love that they're using like exact lines from the comic here.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if this is the part that might be most confusing to newcomers, because for us, we know exactly what's happening there, but people are hearing him just say nonsense.
I don't think so, because we know that he experiences all of time at once. And he says, everything is happening to me right now, like a little later. So it might be confusing in the moment, but I think the show does a good job
Explains it.
explaining it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's all happening to him at once, but he's able to experience it differently. The
but now
lithium
he
cage fucks it
Yeah.
up. So it's like
Yeah.
really at once. Like it really is like a rush all at the exact
I
same
mean,
time. You can't
the
tell
one thing the
difference.
lithium cage does not cause is shrinkage. We know that.
Oh, man.
Is that not big?
So basically he's explaining, and he gets down to his Dr. Manhattan panties from when Dr. Manhattan went to Vietnam.
Which is great.
So fucking funny.
Yeah.
And Laurie's like, those are some embarrassing panties. And he goes, well, I think I'm going to be the most powerful man in the world. I think waving my dick in everybody's face would just be overkill. Yeah. I do wish we had seen his dick and it was little. That is honestly like the one note that I have for Damon Lindelof is like, let us see this guy's dick and make it
That's
real
a little
little.
too Garth Ennis.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a Garth Ennis joke.
I guess.
You know.
I mean, Dr. Manhattan's dick is so big.
Huge.
They had to build a second cage for this man's dick. What if Lady True succeeded, and then what we discover is that she didn't get his power? She just has a giant dick.
Yeah. I honestly, there was a part of me when John sends his power outside the cage. I was like, I should have just been his dick is touching the floor, because he really is that big. He doesn't need to touch with his finger.
Oh, so
It's a big dong.
So Joe explains that those lithium watch batteries that we had seen them taking before, that they're what created this cage. They had to melt down millions of them. And he says he said once Judd got killed, he says, I called you in, Laurie, because I wanted somebody who cares about John to be there when he dies. Which is really interesting. It's a really interesting thing, because it's like, is it evil, or is it like weirdly sweet, or is it neither, and he just wants the person to witness it?
My theory is he wants that, as far as they know, the last person Dr. Manhattan was close to be there, to be the person that when this is all said and done can say to the world, yes, that was Dr. Manhattan that they killed. Yes, they did this. Like they did not do something else. There is no Dr. Manhattan coming. I am the witness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Him. That's my theory.
Well, the actual last person who's close to him, and actually the 7th Cavalry knows this, but I guess the rest of the world doesn't, is Angela. And she comes in with a gun, and she had killed two guys out front, and she says, you got to stop whatever you're doing. Like, because you think you know what's going to happen, but it's not going to happen. And Joe's like, give me a fucking break. Like, you'll say whatever it takes to save your husband. Like, I don't believe you. And she puts the gun down, and she's like, Lady True told me that you were going to do this and that she was going to stop you. So whatever you think's going to happen is not how it's going to go. And
because he's like, how? She can't stop me. How could she stop me? And Angela goes, you're using all of her equipment.
It's like, we stole it. It's like, he let you steal it. Like, come on.
And I was so excited when she said that. I was like, that's a great little touch.
So this is when he explains that basically Judd got close to Angela because they knew that Cal was Dr. Manhattan. That she woke up in the hospital with Judd there because they figured it out. And so they knew they needed to get in with this family. And because they probably didn't know what the deal was. Like, does he know is he just pretending to be Cal? Like, what's happening here? So they have to figure it out. So Joe decides he goes into the chamber, and everybody's like, ooh, and all these Cyclops people are there, and they turn the thing on, and there's this blue explosion from inside the cage, and everybody, all of a sudden, they've all teleported to.
Now they're in the street.
They're in the street, and
which is a great transition.
It's a really good transition. It really is well done. Everybody's ears are ringing, and Looking Glass vomits for first of 2 times in this episode.
He's the only guy, every time they teleport, he's the only guy that vomits. I
love it, though. It's so good. It's so great that he's the guy. It's so good. because he's the Rorschach guy, right? So like that's like a Rorschach type of thing. Like,
But I
Rorschach,
mean, I believe Rorschach vomits when they get teleported, right?
yeah, I believe so. I think that's the case, or he has in the past. And so they're in the middle of the street, and
You think
they've
it's like if
teleported.
you eat too many beans, that's what happens?
That could be the thing. The beans are the bad problem. They teleported everything. They teleported the whole set of the church that they had built. Like it's all there in the middle of the street, and then Lady True's there, and she's like, "Hey, everybody, it's me, Lady True," and all her guys have magnet shields that draw everybody's guns.
Take all the guns. Yeah.
The statue, the Adrian as the suspended animation statue, and the shields that pull everybody's guns. Great comic book stuff.
Oh, fantastic stuff.
I mean, just
fantastic
great
stuff.
comic book stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that they don't put in movies because it's too corny.
Yeah.
But, like, they just do it here. And it's not corny. It's not fucking corny at all.
No.
That's the thing that's, like, so cool is it's not corny. Like, if you do it well, take it seriously and just do it. Don't be like, my special Magno Ray. They're just like, bang, like, we have the things, all your guns are gone, the end. Like, God, it's so fucking great, man.
I agree. I love it.
So Lady True comes out and she's like, "Hey, everybody!" And then she sees Angela. Goes, "Oh, Angela, I wasn't expecting you here, but you know what? You're going to get to be here to see me fulfill the promise I made to your grandfather, to give him justice." Laurie. Oh, by the way, we should have mentioned Looking Glass has been there the whole time. He had snuck in and pretended to be a Rorschach, and
they are doing one of my favorite things in movies and TV shows, which is Looking Glass dressed as a Rorschach, dressed as a member of the 7th Cavalry, is constantly talking to Laurie, and there's like 2 other like 7th Cavalry members right next to them that just don't hear the conversation, which always makes me laugh.
I love it.
Like I always want one of them to be like, "What? Hey, what'd you just say to her? Did you? I'm sorry. Did you say you're gonna get her out of here? Like, did I hear that right?"
Adrian sees Laurie. Laurie wakes up and sees Adrian's face over. He goes, "Hello, Miss Juicepazik," and she's like, "Oh shit, am I dead?" He's like, "No, but the night is young." And Lady True's like, "Oh, everybody's here, but oh, where's Joe Keane?" She goes, "Is he in here?" And she opens the door, and a fucking tidal wave,
shining amount of blood comes out. Yeah,
not just blood; it's he has just turned into goo, like he's been liquefied. And she's like, "Hey, everybody! Thanks so much for capturing Dr. Manhattan. I could not have done this because he would have seen me coming, but I let you guys do it, so he would never know I was going to be involved at all." And
which connects to something we've discussed before. What does Dr. Manhattan know? And this plays back into he only knows his own
experience,
past, present, future. So he does not know what other people are thinking.
Yep, has no idea. He's not really omnipotent. So he knows that like he may know, although he doesn't, because the nature of how this is all working out his knowledge has been clouded pretty significantly for a huge chunk of this. Because it's
and Lady True does not show up and reveal herself until he's in the lithium
cage, right? So he's already totally scrambled, right?
Yeah.
So he will not remember
much
this.
like what Adrian does in the comic, right? Where he's using tachyons to mess with Adrian or with Dr. Manhattan, so Dr. Manhattan doesn't know what he's planning. Yeah.
Exactly. So she's like, "Hey, you guys, you're all so dumb. Like, you didn't know that absorbing this atomic energy without filtering it was just going to pop you like a water balloon? Come on." And then she reads a letter from Will Reeves and saying, "You all represent the senior leadership of Cyclops. You have terrorized and victimized men, women, and children of color for a century, including here at the Tulsa Race Massacre." And she's like, "Done this all for white supremacy." And then Jane interrupts, Judd's wife, is like, "Come on, just fucking do it. Just do it." And Lady True's like, "Do what?" I love when she plays dumb, by the way. Like, I love when a very smart character plays dumb. I love it.
Yeah, well, I didn't feel like she was playing dumb. I felt like she was playing. She wanted them to say it, because she would get joy out of that. But she's not playing dumb. She's not like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." She's playing like finish the thought. I want you to know.
I guess
I want you to feel it.
I feel like Hong Chow plays it a little bit like, "Oh, what? Like what? What do you think I'm gonna do?" Like, I think she's. That's what I like about Hong Chow. You know what I mean? Like how she plays these things.
Yeah.
I'm such a big fan of hers.
Oh, she's great in this. I think the problem I have with this is when Judd's wife says, like, "You're going to kill us all," only then does everyone else in Cyclops figure it out. Because they're all just sitting there like, huh, what's going on? And then she says that, and they're all like, we're extras, so we can't actually say anything, but we have to act surprised.
Well, also, they're also, not to like be fair to the white supremacist monsters, but they also are, their heads are ringing and they're all nauseous and they're super confused. So it's like just not clear at all what the fuck? Like, that's got to be a very disorienting experience to just be someplace different suddenly. Like, there's not even like a travel moment. Like, you're not like going through a tunnel. You're just there. So she's like, you're going to kill us all. And she goes, oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to fucking kill you all. And she, I absolutely fucking love it. This is when she hits them with the lasers, right? Yeah, she hits them with lasers, and they all fucking just get disintegrated. But meanwhile, Joe Keene's goop seeps underneath the cage, and Dr. Manhattan's able to touch it, and he's able to send out a wave of his power out, and he teleports Looking Glass, Laurie, and Adrian away. Yeah. And they suddenly pop up in Karnak. And
Looking Glass vomits again.
Looking Glass vomits yet again. Beyond turns on the machine, and Angela is like, what's going on? And he explains to her, like, oh, I can't see everything. Oh, first, actually, Lady True comes over. Where the fuck did they go? Like, what did you just fucking do? And he's like, they went away. And she's like, you know what? I don't need anybody fucking looking at.
Well, she's pissed because she wanted her dad to
see her conquer.
And she's very upset by it. Yeah.
But then she goes, oh, I don't care. Actually.
Yeah, I don't care. But that she's playing like she does care, clearly.
No, yeah, she's saying, please don't put it in the newspapers that I got mad. But that's what she's doing. Yeah, she's doing one of those.
Yeah, and then Angela says to John, why send them away and not me? And John says, I don't want to be alone when I die, which is
really
a
heartbreaking.
Real rough moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. He starts getting like taken apart, and he basically tells her, she's like, where are you? And he's like, I'm basically, what happens is that his Dr. Manhattanness goes away, and he's Cal, and then he tells her that he is basically, what happens is that going away makes him able to remember all of the time when he was not Dr. Manhattan.
Cal. Yeah.
And he says, I'm experiencing all these moments with you all at once right now. And they both cry. It's very heartbreaking, very touching. Incredibly moving.
Yeah.
And then he dies. Dr. Manhattan dies. And it's now time for Lady True to get into
her
the
device.
Cage. Yeah. Back in Karnak, Laurie's like, wait, why did John send us here? And Adrian's like, well, so we could save the day, obviously. And she's like, we're going to save John? And he goes, oh, no, he's dead already.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's dead. He says, but John knows that we'll be able to do something. He basically explains that, like, as he's explaining what he's going to do, he also explains that he has met Lady True enough to know that she is a total malignant narcissist, and that she talks about wanting to fix the world, but her idea of fixing the world is going to make everybody bowing and scraping to her. She's going to become a demanding god.
He says to her little feet, which
her little blue feet.
Rude. Little blue feet. Very rude.
So it's the finale, so we get to have one last Adrian argument. And the last Adrian argument is that Adrian does not want to be God. Adrian wants the adoration, but he wants to earn it. He doesn't want to have to take it the way that she will. Yes. And so he says, takes one to know one, right, basically, and in Latin. And so but that's the thing, he's a bad guy, and he does bad things, but he does them because he does think that they're the correct thing to do. He sees himself here as saving the day. Like, that's what he uses those literal words, because he sees himself as a superhero.
And they have the whole thing earlier when he first meets Lady True, where she asks for the money, he's like, I had all this money, I got rid of it because I inherited it, and I wanted to prove that I could do it myself. That is his thing. I will do it myself.
But beyond that, he wants to earn it. Like that. So he doesn't want to just take over the world. That's not his interest. It's just not his interest at all. He's not a world conqueror. He wants to earn the adoration of the whole world. And he put himself in a position where he can't have it because the thing that he did to save the world was too secret. It can never be revealed. And so that was kind of driving him nuts and kind of fucked him up. But now he has a thing that he can do where he can be the guy who saves the world. He can do it. And
he still can.
Yeah, because he can't talk about the squids, right?
No.
Yeah.
No,
I guess not. I guess I guess that's part of like his. That's part of his hell. That he will save the world. Although I guess he does. Everybody does find out. Conceptually.
Yeah, I mean they arrest him at the end. So it's all coming out.
It's actually not clear that it is. Peteypedia. There's one final Peteypedia this month. This week, and in the final Peteypedia, Petey is gone. Petey has been fired from the FBI. The assistant director of the FBI sends out a message saying that, sorry that Petey has been sending these insane long rants to everybody. Petey got fired and then he disappeared. And because of his psychological profile, it seems pretty reasonable to us that he is going to reappear as a vigilante. And we may, in fact, be hunting him down ourselves. But it also says everybody knows Laurie Blake is still alive. Whatever she saw is classified above my level. I have no idea what happened. All I know is that she's being taken care of. So I suspect that will never be made public. That's what we're supposed to understand from that Peteypedia, that, like, it's super classified. Because nothing good comes out of telling everybody, oh, the last 35 years has been all fake.
Yeah.
Like, does Adrian get thrown in a fucking hole someplace? But I actually would guess that actually what happens is that Adrian gets put in a lab where he can be controlled.
Well, here's going to be my argument. Peteypedia is extended material. It's not part of the show. It is not part of canon. So here it ends with Laurie saying, yeah, we're going to arrest the president and we're going to reveal all this. So that's what's going to happen.
I guess. I mean, technically you're correct, but there is stuff in this episode in particular that was discussed in Peteypedia that becomes canon in this episode. So I think that Peteypedia... I don't think it's expanded material.
I think extended universe stuff takes things that exist.
But this is not... I think this is not extended. This is the back matter. This is just as canonical as the stuff in the back pages of the original comics. Because that's what Peteypedia is. It is the stuff in the back pages. So it's not expanded universe. It's canonical. Why would you disagree?
Because the back matter in the comics, you don't have to go someplace else to find it.
There's nowhere else to put it on a TV show.
It's not my fucking problem. I didn't create it.
It's hosted on the official website. It's canonical. It's straight canonical. Yes, it is. It's 100% canonical, and it's intended to be the version of that. Like, I don't know if
they never even put up like a thing like go to Peteypedia for more information. Like, they never mention it in the show, or like in any aspects of the show.
Let me see if the Blu-ray has it doesn't. I can't seem to find the information of whether or not if the Blu-ray has the Peteypedia on it, then it's canon.
But Blu-rays have deleted scenes in them. Those are not canon.
Those are specified as separate from canon. This is a weird argument to make. You're doing a weird argument just to make an argument. I feel like it's straight up.
No, I think. I'm sorry. This is not a weird argument to have an argument. This is how I feel. I feel like the Peteypedia stuff is very interesting, but you can't use it to be like, this is what happens in the show. Because if it's not seen in the show, that's not what happens in the show. It's just that simple.
I don't know, man. If you're listening to this, if you made it this far into the episode, I want to hear from you guys on the Discord or in the comments about whether or not you believe the Peteypedia is canonical or not. Because I am fundamentally convinced that it is. Derek says no. But
I think you should put up a poll.
I will put up a poll. Yeah, I will. I think you're not going to like the response. As with all polls on this, as with all polls on this Patreon, you're not going to like the fucking response.
They all disagree with me. It's fine. I don't give a shit. I stand by my stances.
This is real. They all don't understand my brilliance.
No, it's not brilliance. It's just my opinion. There's room for interpretation and decision. But my opinion is, if it's not in the show, it is not canon.
So Adrian explains that he designed these squids to be as harmless as possible. He doesn't want anybody else getting hurt or any more damage. There's no reason. The squids are... But if he freezes the squids, he believes that they will become... and drops them, that they will basically be like bullets. And that's what their deal is here. They're going to set it up so that the little baby squids come falling down, and he says it's going to obliterate everyone and everything within a 5-block radius.
Yeah.
And so I hope nobody you care about is down there. And that's when we realize that Angela's down there. And
this is where I've got a problem with this.
What's that?
That Laurie calls the Dr. Manhattan phone booth. I don't understand how that works.
I don't know.
I didn't think you knew, but I'm saying that's
I mean, I don't have.
It has a number you can call to specific phones there. That seems weird because it's not going to like. It's not when you call it goes to somebody's answering machine. It's
Yeah, it does. It goes to Lady True's answering
well,
machine.
it goes to Lady True, but they all go to one spot. You're not putting in different numbers in those, and you don't have a number somebody can call you back on those.
They might very well be going to different numbers for different nations. I mean, the thing is, they don't have the internet, so like how this stuff works is like going to be a little bit different than how it would work in the real world.
But we're talking about a telephone.
But I'm saying though, like
right?
you can
when Lori uses, she just picks it up.
No, but here's the thing. A telephone is connected into the larger network, so you would be able to, if you were back what they used to call phone freaks, you would be able to do stuff like that. And I would have to imagine for an Adrian, that's got to be pretty low level. Like, and it's all done by tones, by the way. The old phone networks.
When would he have done it?
Right then. Like
No, because he says he's not helping her. She walks off to go call Angela. She's not like, hey, Adrian, help me with this. He's doing his thing. And she's like, oh, I got to warn Angela. And then she calls that phone booth.
Well, the Peteypedia explains it, but I'm not going to tell it to you because it's not canon.
Nope, it's not.
No, Peteypedia does not explain it. I don't know, man. I was okay
There's something else that Adrian says at one point towards the end that I was like, there's no way he would know that. He's been trapped on Europa for the last 10 years. He like makes a reference to something that he would not know about. I can't remember what it was.
You don't remember?
No, it's some kind of like
in the story or in the world?
In the world. And it's like he would not know that. I can't remember what it was.
Interesting. So basically, Angela calls the Dr. Manhattan booth and tells Laurie to get the fuck out of there because it's about to get real bad. And Lady True's standing inside the thing waiting for Dr. Manhattan energy to come, and a baby squid puts a big hole through her hand. This is actually my problem with this episode, is that there's an endless split diopter shot of Lady True and Jesus on the cross. Yeah. And then she has a big hole in her hand, and it really is like a little bit on the nose, but also it feels a little bit like a confused metaphor because she is not Christ. So I don't.
Oh, but when she looks at the hole in her hand, the cross falls.
I guess she's a false
saying
Christ. She's a false savior. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that works out pretty well. She looks up, Lady True looks up and sees that the whole fucking giant ball thing is getting destroyed and it's collapsing, and she yells motherfucker in Vietnamese as it kills her. Angela picks up a case of some kind and runs through the rain to the Dreamland Theater. Goes inside, she finds her grandfather sitting in there, and the kids are over on the stage. This is where they're putting on Oklahoma. Black Oklahoma? Yeah. Bloklahoma maybe? Or is it Blacklahoma?
I think it's just Oklahoma because that's what it says on the marquee.
Well, I'm saying when people talk about it, like, you know what I mean? Because
you know what, because
it's specifically like in all black Oklahoma is like a thing to do. Like it's not just
sure.
like they're doing it like they even had that discussion earlier. It's a political
thing to do, yeah.
Thing they're doing. So
which is also one of my favorite jokes from Community is when they have an all black fiddler on the roof. It's very funny.
And Will's like, hey, the kids are okay. They got a little bit freaked out when they got teleported, but I told them I was family and they've been sleeping. He goes, so are they done? Is Lady True dead? Is Dr. Manhattan gone? And basically he gives the final info dump of the episode where he says, so actually this whole Lady True thing, that was John's idea. John told me to do this. When we met way back when, John told me to do this. And this is when she realized that John knew he was going to die and that Will was in on it. This goes to a thing we've discussed before, which is what level of agency Dr. Manhattan has.
Yeah.
And quite clearly he has some because he's
able to shift everything around. Yeah.
He sets things into motion. So it could be argued that all of this happens because he told Will to go to Lady True. Like, there's a real argument that he made all of this happen. Although, again, it's a grandfather paradox because he knows how he's going to end up, and he just sort of puts the pieces in place because they need to be in place to get where they're going. Yeah. So he asked her, did you take the nostalgia? And he's like, no, you know my origin story now. And then he says, this is the same theater that I was in when the riot broke out. You know, like, it began there, it's ending here. And
this I liked because he says it is the same theater where I watched Bass Reeves, and he says, "Well, it's not the same theater. That one burnt down." But and I really like that. I like because when he said that, I was like, "That can't be the same theater." And then it was like heard my thoughts, and he's like, "All right, it's not the same theater, but it's where the theater was, and now this theater is here."
He says, Bass Reeves really was my hero. I took his name, and I got into the law because of him, and I started wearing a mask because of him, because I saw in that movie he wore a mask, and he goes, but you take my pills, right? So you know all my shit. Like, what do you think I felt when I put that mask on? And she says, anger. And he goes, no, it's fear. And he says, the truth is that the mask is bad. Like, you can't heal under a mask. Like, a wound needs air. Yeah. And and then he says, John wanted it to happen this way, and that you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And she's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what a thing to say right now. And he goes, John told me that you'd understand it when the time was right. And she says, well, I don't fucking understand it. And Will says, the time isn't right yet. Which I love, by the way, because I think that's just a great little bit.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
She invites him home. They go home.
I don't know if I would invite him home if I was her.
Why not?
He's done a lot of crazy stuff.
All at the demand of Dr. Manhattan.
But still, like,
also, she lived his life. I think that she has a very
that's true. That's very true. That's very true.
Back in Karnak, Adrian takes Blake and Looking Glass into his storage unit and says, hey, I took Night Owl's ship. He crashed it here, but I took it.
This is what it was. He says, as I understand it, the police have used Dryberg's work to create their own ship, so you should know how to use this. It's like, how would he know that?
Because he was in the world until 2009.
He's only been in
Europe for 10 years.
But the way he says it, to me, it read like it was something that's happened since he disappeared. Because he says, as I understand it, not the police ships are based on
again, unfortunately, this comes from Peteypedia, but it sounds like he was selling them the stuff.
Okay.
Not that long after the events of Watchmen. So, yeah. So I think that's just, I don't know why he says it that way. It's obviously he says that so that the audience can understand why Looking Glass is going to be able to fly this or how they're going to get home on it. Like,
I think the audience is going to be like, who the fuck is Dryberg?
I mean, yeah. Well, it's funny because they see it and Laurie goes, Archie. And like, nobody has a clue the ship's name is Archimedes, like, unless you know the comic. But you know what? We're on episode 9, like, so fuck it. Like, if you don't know what's going on, tough shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, you can go home, have a great time. I'm going to stay here. And Laurie's like, no, you're not. And he was like, no, you can't prove it. And Looking Glass, like, actually, I have this DVD that you confessed on. And he's like, well, you're going to fucking arrest the president? It's a mini disc. Yeah. You're going to arrest the president? And she's like, Laura's like, yeah, why not? And then.
Well, he says, because the world won. And she says, yeah, people keep saying that, but it never seems to happen.
And he starts giving her a big speech. Who are you to hold judgment over me? Yeah. And then Looking Glass knocks him out from behind.
I love it. I think it's so great because the way the music rises and he's like, I am the blah, blah, blah. And then just gets knocked down. Great. Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really like, he sure talks a lot. Like, I enjoyed that.
It's nice, too, because Looking Glass is the Rorschach in a lot of ways. So, therefore, Rorschach gets his little moment here that he didn't get in the comic, because in the comic he's going to go tell everybody, and John's like, you can't tell everybody, like, the sacrifice will be meaningless then. So back on America, Angela takes the kids to the bakery, and
I have a problem here.
Okay.
She wakes up the kids, walks them across the path of destruction so they can see all the dead bodies.
All the dead bodies, yeah, no, I know. I same thought.
Just be like, hey, Grandpa, stay here with them for a few more minutes. I'm going to go get the car.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I know.
That's all.
The problem, the thing is that they need
the
kid
want
to
her
see the
son
son.
to see to see the outfit and
They
realize
want him
what
to see
she
the
is.
outfit. Yeah. So, which is what happens. He sees it and he's kind of amazed. And so, like, the show is not setting up the future seasons, but the story continues. Like,
yes,
the relationship of these characters to vigilantism, whatever, continues.
Yeah.
So she takes them back home and
puts him to bed.
I'm guessing
does not say anything about Cal yet.
I think you wait till the morning. Yeah, you wait till the morning for that. And she goes into the kitchen, and there's like the little Dr. Manhattan ring sitting there. She's looking at it, and then Will comes in and goes, "He was a good man. Sorry, he's dead."
Well, he was a good man. He could have been better.
He could have been better. He could have done better. Yeah. And he's like, "I'm going to go to sleep for 2 days straight." And Angela goes immediately to cleaning up. Big mom energy. I would leave those eggs overnight. There's just no chance I'm cleaning them.
They'd be there for a week.
Same. I'd be stepping over him.
After all this, I'm like, I'm not fucking dealing with that.
I'd be stepping over him.
Yeah. He also gives, I can't remember if it's in the theater or if it's here, but Grandpa gives a good bit where he's like, where he discusses the opposite of Lady True, so to speak. Like a person with that power needs someone who doesn't want it.
Right.
Because that's the only way they'll do good with it. Is if it's not something they search for, it's something put onto them.
No, that's Adrian says that somebody who wants to become a god can never become one.
Is it? I don't remember.
No, he says that. That's his explanation for why.
Grandpa says it to Angela as well.
I don't think so. I think it's just Adrian. He says somebody who wants to become a god can never be allowed to become one. And I like that Adrian's right. And that he is in fact saving the world. But also it's quite clear that Adrian is making sure his daughter doesn't do better than he did.
Yes.
I love that. I legitimately love that he is both motivated by legitimate superhero. This person cannot become a god. This is like so many Avenger stories, right? Like, this person cannot become a god, but also at the same time, like, this person cannot do better than I ever did. This person cannot fucking show me up. That cannot be allowed. So
it's a very Doctor Doom fashion.
Yeah,
to
it really is. I really like it a lot. So she's cleaning up and she realizes there's one egg left in the carton from last episode. She threw them on the ground. And then we get a couple of flashbacks. Eggs. Yeah, watch the eggs. And we remember in Vietnam, he tells her that he could put a bit of himself into an egg and somebody should eat it. They would be able to get his powers, And then, and she says specifically, in Vietnam, if I ate this egg, would I be able to walk on water? He says, hypothetically, yes. So she goes out into the backyard. She cracks open the egg. She swallows it. By the way, if I did that, I could imagine the egg cracking open, the whole thing falling on the ground.
Oh, it would have fallen. Yeah, it would have been all over the place. I'm like, shit.
Like, do you get down on your knees and lick it up? Because, it has God power in it?
Like, hey, just crack it in. If you want to eat it raw for whatever reason, fine. Put it into a glass so that you don't lose it.
You wouldn't eat it raw?
No, I'd cook it up.
I would be afraid that cooking it would alter it in some way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like, if I'm trying to get God power, I would think I would deal with the raw egg of it, I think, because I just would not want to.
If I thought this egg was going to give me God power, the first thing I would do is not see if I can walk on water. Because I would be like, if I'm an idiot and I just fall into the pool, I'm going to feel real stupid. So why don't I try something like I'm going to touch this thing and turn it into something else? Like, start with that, and then I'll walk on water.
So, the thing is,
that's just not thematic.
This is all. It's not thematic. We're talking about Christ metaphors. We're talking about the setup that she had said, "Walk on water." But also the reality is, if she ate the egg and it gave her Dr. Manhattan powers, knowing what we know about Dr. Manhattan and the way that he experiences the universe, she would know right away. I think she'd know right away.
Yeah.
I mean, she potentially might just turn blue too right away. Like, I'm not convinced that it would work this way. It's dramatic. It's beautifully dramatic. Like, it's really great. And then this new version of I Am the Walrus plays. That's where the title of the episode comes from, with obviously the line I am the Eggman. And also, I am he as you are he and you are me and we are all together, which also answers sort of the question about like what's happening here with the egg. That answers it. But she puts her foot on the pool and then that's it. Cuts to black.
Well, she almost does. We don't quite see it.
No, we do see it touch.
Do we?
It touches the water. It touches the water. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it touches the water. And that's it. That's the end of the show. Series is over, baby. And that's the end. People were like, "Oh no, I'll never know if it happened." I'm like, it did, buddy. Like, I don't know, what do you want? Like, it so clearly did. There's no imagine if like the post credits is she just falls in the pool,
or season 2 just starts with her falling into the pool. They'd be like, fuck, they let Derek Faraci take over the series? Because that's exactly what I would do. That would be the first shot of season 2.
But yeah, it's such a great finale, man. This episode kills, it rips, it slams, it fucks. What do the kids say now? All these things, right? Like
I don't know what the kids say.
It does all of these things, and it's just such a great conclusion. Like, it's such a perfect conclusion, and everything comes together so neatly in a way that is like really satisfies me personally. Like as a viewer, I love good, solid narratives. And, I fucking adored this episode, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great finale. It works really well. It's really well done. Aside from how the phone worked, I got no real problems with it. And that she makes her kids walk through the loads of dead bodies, which I imagine includes the poor newspaper Sandman.
Actually, fewer people seem to have died than I expected, because I thought for sure that Red Scare and Jenny would be dead.
Yeah, they're okay though.
They're totally okay. They're not even
they got
wounded.
in a cop car and they're okay. And Lady True's clone mom is okay because she was in the phone booth.
She's in the cop car at the end. She's traumatized. Yeah. So I think less damage than I expected, and like nothing fell through the theater.
No,
I think Adrian overestimated. Yeah, I think Adrian overestimated the amount of damage.
Sure.
I think it damaged what it needed to damage, which was the machine. That's what needed to be damaged. What do you think happens to that energy that's in that machine?
Huh.
Energy is neither created nor destroyed. So that energy's there. It's stored in that machine. It gets let out. Like that's actually, if there was a season 2, that's actually the question I'm most curious about.
I had not thought about that.
Yeah. Like, does that mean that Dr. Manhattan's not dead, like in any significant way?
Like if you just opened it, he would recreate himself again?
But it would be a new version of him. So thus the old Dr. Manhattan would not know. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He would have no knowledge of that because it would be a rebirth of him.
So it'd be like the end of Doomsday Clock.
Which came out the week after this episode aired.
Did it?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Not the last issue.
Yep.
Really?
According to the Watchmen Wikipedia, I'm taking it from there.
Wow, I thought that came out well after this. I can't imagine. I mean, I may not have been reading Doomsday Clock at the same time because Doomsday Clock was so delayed.
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to come out at the same time.
Yeah. That ends with Dr. Manhattan being a little kid.
Yeah.
Spoilers for the not very good Doomsday Clock. Although there is some very interesting discussions in Doomsday Clock that come up that I think are very good. But the story itself was not very good.
3 days after See How They Fly aired, the final issue of Doomsday Clock was released, with both featuring the death of Dr. Manhattan.
Wow. Look at that.
So I'm taking the word of the Wikipedia for Watchmen at face value.
Yeah, I mean, they would know better than I do.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of reasons for them to lie, right?
No, I can't imagine. Yeah. I'm just in my brain. It was like a totally different year.
Man.
Yeah.
So
well, now you can read Rorschach.
Yeah, I will read Rorschach, which apparently takes place essentially in the same universe.
Yes, it's very much like the TV show.
Yeah.
Frank Miller's in it.
Frank Miller's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll definitely read it then.
Yeah.
I love Frank Miller. I love his appearances in comic books. All right. That wraps us up for Watch. We have nothing else to say, right? We just fucking loved it. Like, there's not much else to say here.
It's a great fucking show. It's such a... I saw Shane today, buddy Shane, and we were talking about it, and he was like, I'm so glad you guys are doing Watchmen because it gave me an excuse to watch it again. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of why we did it, is because we both just wanted to watch it again and needed a reason. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much this time as I did when it originally aired, but only because when it originally aired, I had no idea what was going to happen, how it was going to happen.
That reminds me of when Watchmen came out as a comic. I read it as it came out as a comic, and there is this sense that when you're reading it the first time, it's so exciting, but each time you read it, there's a deeper experience of it. So it's a different experience, but it's very, very deep.
No, there's definitely a deeper experience, but like the first time is, the first time's always more exciting, right?
Yeah,
like
always really, and also
because you don't know where things are going to head off to.
Also, you're like, a Watchmen sequel. This is the worst fucking idea I've ever heard of in my life.
A Watchmen sequel by the
guy who
did Lost, and that fell apart, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, terrible fucking idea.
Even when this was coming out, there were a lot of people like, well, if you watch Leftovers, you'll see he's really good. And I was like, I'm not watching the fucking Leftovers.
I gotta watch it at some point. I never
still
have.
haven't. Yeah.
I have to watch it. I know I have to watch it.
Consistently hear the first season is terrible, and then it gets good. But all I can think of was like, didn't he also do Westworld? And that was. Ugh.
No, he did not.
I thought Lindelof worked on Westworld.
No.
Oh, who did Westworld?
I think Carlton Cue's the other guy from.
Okay.
I think did Westworld. I think is the
okay.
Deal. Lindelof did not do Westworld. Yeah. So we loved it. We loved it. We loved it. And what a good show to begin across the Omniverse with. I think.
Sure.
Tied into our old stuff, but also still feels expansive and big in a really exciting way. Next week, we're going to be putting the Across the Omniverse to the true test. Now that we're done with this, but we still have some time until Wonder Man comes out, we are going to be talking about Season 1 of Pluribus, the Apple TV Plus program, whose season finale airs this coming Wednesday. So next week, we'll be talking about the whole first season. Very excited for the season finale, because I fucking loved the latest episode.
There's not been an episode I haven't loved.
I mean, agreed.
Like, again, talking to Shane today, I was like, part of me is sad that there's only one episode left. Another part of me is excited because once that airs, I'm going to rewatch the entire season. Like, I want to watch it all again already.
Also, knowing Vince Gilligan and how he works, whatever happens in this final episode of the first season, it's probably going to get bigger and more intense moving forward. That's how all of these shows have been. Like, the first season is like this thing, and then it really comes into focus towards the end of the first season in the second season. Like, both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I think, had that element to them.
I watched today an interview, a clip of an interview with Bryan Cranston, and he was talking about Breaking Bad and why he could play the character so well. And he was like, I played it well because I never read the script for future episodes. I only read the script for whatever episode we were filming. And he goes into a whole thing of like, in the season, spoilers for Breaking Bad, there's a kid who gets poisoned, like a child who gets poisoned. And Aaron's character, what's his name? Jesse. Jesse is like, Walter, I can't believe you did this to this kid. And Walter gives an impassioned speech saying it was Gus Fring who did it. And we all know it was Gus Fring. And he was like, because that's what it said in the script. And then the next, we finished filming that episode. And the next episode, it's like, oh, it was me. So like, he didn't know it was him because he does not read in advance because he wants to do it in the moment.
That's so good. That's great.
Amazing. It's amazing.
That's really great. Yeah, that there's like a couple of episodes that you can look at and say, oh, this is like where Breaking Bad really like fucking. But I think it's when he poisons a kid that you're like, oh, this is nuts. Like this show, like at the time, like I have no idea where this is going to possibly go because he just poisoned a kid, like just to get his little buddy back. Like, it's fucking
crazy.
Nuts.
It's crazy.
Absolutely nuts. So next week we're going to be talking about the entire first season of Pluribus. If you haven't watched it, we recommend it just in general, frankly. It's great.
I cannot begin to explain an episode to you and make it sound interesting, and yet they, at least not past like the third episode, where like 2 episodes ago the explanation would be like Carol shoots off fireworks and like wants a Gatorade, but it is an
Manussos takes a long drive.
Manussos takes a long drive. Like, but it's like such a captivating show.
Yeah.
It is crazy how good the show is. It is crazy. And I really hope we don't have to wait like 3 years for another season. I hope
we will. Although he was making a show that was, those shows came out much more often.
Breaking Bad took a long time between seasons, didn't it?
I don't think it took forever. They did, the final season did because they shot 2 seasons at once and they broke it up as 2 things, so it took forever. Yeah. But also, like, he's like the main guy employing everybody in Albuquerque, so I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to keep them unemployed for too long.
No, but I mean, he also needs Apple TV to greenlight a second season.
They already did.
Yeah, they did, but like, it's the whole problem with streaming of like, you got to wait forever.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll be out next year. The Pit figured out how to do it, so we'll be talking about the Pit too, I think, in the coming weeks because that will be airing soon.
Yes.
Season 2 begins soon. They gave away the big event in
4th of July.
Like what the big final end of the season event is. They gave it away in a trailer.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like crazy or anything like that. Maybe it's not the big event, but like it certainly seemed like it would be the big event. And they said in the interviews, like, we did not try to top the mass shooting from season 1. So this as the big event makes a lot of sense if you're not trying to top it, but you're creating chaos and difficulty.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that they put that in the trailer. So but maybe it happens in episode 3 for all I know.
Who knows?
Can't fucking wait though, huh?
I am looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to the Pit coming back. That was a great show. I enjoyed it very much.
It's been nice having Pluribus and Watchmen to watch, and then to have the Pit in like a little bit less than a month is going to be nice to be able to jump into that, have that.
And Wonder Man.
Wonder Man.
Do you think Wonder Man's
have a nice
big
day?
Dick? What do you think? We gonna see that?
It's the same actor, so if it was his dick, then yes, Simon Williams has a big fucking hog.
Will we see it? Will he be like, this is why they call me Wonder Man?
Fucking hell. All right.
Do you think Dr. Manhattan was ever like, they call me Dr. Manhattan because my dick is the size of the Empire State Building?
Nobody makes it this far in the episode, so we can say all these things. All right.
We said this in the beginning of the episode. We were talking about it.
We'll see you guys again next week. Until then, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be well, and we'll see you across the Omniverse.